Hello, everybody. My name is Paul.
And my name's Clayton.
And you're listening to the Beyond the Pull List podcast.
Woohoo!
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
It's kind of been a minute.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's been exciting. It's not been exciting. It's been a lot going on.
It's been great and stressful.
Yes.
Lots of stuff going on. Lots of adult things going on that we have to commit to, which is so dumb.
Stupid.
Yeah,
man.
like you got a kid.
Well, that's not stupid. But you know what is stupid?
What?
Is I had to go back to work this week. My paternity leave's over.
So
yeah,
I've had to keep going back to work.
I
need the money.
I have dreaded that so much. I would sell all of my comics just to not go back.
That's a rough bargain. I don't know if I'd do it, but I'd be close. You know,
when you have a kid, you will understand.
Honestly, I get that though, because you just want to shoot. Even me being here holding her, I'm just like, I love you. I just want to hold you forever. Do you need anything? Do you want my comic book? I'll let you read whatever you want.
So, quick side note, real quick. So we had a trip before I went back to work. We went down to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we went to this comic book store called Infinity Flux. Coolest comic book store I've ever been to.
Really?
Absolutely. There's 4 different rooms. Each room is dedicated to something else. There's a comic book room. There's a a tabletop game room. There's a Star Wars room. There's a room just full of DVDs and video games and all sorts of stuff. You would love it.
So he sent me pictures. He actually tried to get me to go, and I was just like, I don't have time to drive, because I'd have to drive. It's what, 4 hours?
It's 3 hours from here.
3 hours. 3 hours. It's not a bad drive, but I was like, I just don't have time for that. But the pictures looked so cool.
It was so cool.
They
have not 1, not 2, but 3 amazing fantasy 15s.
Dude, there's one for each of us. One for me, one for you, one for Aurora.
That's right. Good. Ranging from I don't remember the cheapest one, but the most expensive was $100,000 or something, $60,000. I have a picture of it. I'm gonna find it real quick.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was.
There was when we went and met Scott Snyder. The store that we went to, they had one, and they had it priced at $6,000. But it was it was real bad beat up.
So $6,000 it's graded at a 1.
Okay.
It's pretty beat up.
Okay.
They have a 3.5 signed by Stan Lee for $38,000.
It's not too bad.
And then this is a 6.5 for $100,000.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
How pretty is it? Oh, you have all 3? Oh, it's a picture of all 3.
Yeah, I've got all 3.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Signed by Stan Lee. Now the Stan Lee one I think is restored, but still.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's got green label.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it is restored.
But
that's okay though. But that's still. I mean,
they're amazing fantasy 15s.
They look really good.
Yeah.
I think the 3.5 one looks better than the other one.
Really?
I think so. Maybe the Stan Lee signature does it, but the red really pops.
Yeah.
Dude, that's chump change. We got money for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We sneeze and we have that.
Dude,
much
I
money.
got $600,000 in a shoebox under my bed.
Your house gets broken into after this.
They're there's just a bunch of comic books under here. Correct. You are right.
But if you sell them, you might get $5.
Yes. Go to GameStop and sell them.
Yeah. So that was really cool. I would have loved to have given one. If Aurora my daughter would have looked at it and been like, I want that. And be like, we don't need a house. We don't need anything.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have it.
I'll pitch in. How much you need? $600,000? Okay, I got it. Let's see. Let me do some banking stuff.
So that was cool. If you're ever near Chattanooga, Tennessee, be sure to check that out because, again, that's the coolest comic book store I've ever been to. But that's not the only thing we have going on. Your movie won an award.
It did. We have, this is number... Wait, 1, 2... I can't keep up with how many awards.
I'm winning so many awards, baby. It don't even matter.
Let's see. It won 2 at the Highlands Horror Fest, 1 in Alabama, 1 in Vegas. Yeah, this is number 5. This is the 5th award it's won. Crazy.
Yeah.
It won Best Experimental Film in the Chicago Shorts Film Festival in Chicago.
Yeah.
Which is where the Decepticons took over.
Where Sentinel Prime died.
Yeah.
What would you be without me?
Yeah.
Time to find out.
Time to find out. Oh, God, that was so cool.
Yeah.
I need to watch that movie again.
It's such a good movie.
But yeah, so it won again, and that's really exciting. I'm hoping they sent me an email telling me that if I paid some money, we could do some sponsor stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
I reached out and I was like, I would really be interested in this. Like, just let me know. And they haven't got back to me.
Oh,
So
no.
I need to reach back out and be like, guys.
But if you haven't watched Paul's movie, Fragments,
Yes.
go look it up on YouTube.
It's still on YouTube. Just type in my name, Paul Fine, Fragments, and it'll be there.
I don't like horror movies. And it's really not. It is, but it's not
psychological.
Yeah,
yeah, it's freaky.
It's a great movie.
Thank you.
Like,
I worked really hard on it.
Yeah, and you've recently watched 2 horror movies that kind of give off the same vibe.
I have. One of them not so much, but the other
Yeah.
for sure. Which is such a weird feeling. If you've seen Backrooms, I've been told by a lot of people around me that Backrooms reminded them of my film.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a film that's not my film, I will say I don't think my film is as good as the Backrooms, because that is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Freaky and creepy, and like I wish I'd have made that. But my movie is it's a very distant cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely worth checking out.
Very cool. Very
So
cool.
Paul, what are we going to talk about today?
Dude, there's a lot going on.
Yes,
First
there
of
is.
all, I got one thing real
Okay,
quick too.
okay, go ahead.
I also went to a comic book store recently.
Oh, yeah?
I work up in Knoxville, so I go to this comic book store up there very consistently. They have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Nirvana Comics, we're not sponsored. I'm just shouting y'all out. I took one of my babies. My prize, because I don't have a child, but one of my prized possessions.
If you know the rest of the story, that would have been better if you
Yeah.
just left it. I took one of my babies.
I took one of my babies up there, and like I've got 3 baby mamas. And,
No.
So my first ever big nerd purchase is the first big purchase I ever made. I was in middle school, and I bought a CGC graded 9.8 Secret Wars number 8, which is it is not the first appearance. I was mistaken for a long time. I thought it was. 252 is the first appearance of the black suit. But this is the origin of the black suit. And chronologically, if you're telling the story in order, this is the first time Peter gets the suit.
Right.
So it was a big thing for me. I bought it when I was a kid. And the CGC case it was in a really old, rickety. It was one of the original ones. And I had been trying for a long time to get it recased because I knocked it over like a stupid doo-doo poo-poo head and got a crack in the back of it. Now, don't fret, nerds. I know all the nerds out there are sweating right now because you're like, you just ruined it. It cracked the top where the label was, which does not mess the grade up. So the grade is still, they put a seal around the comic book inside of this case, so that protects the grade. So you can pay to get it recased. It's a lot cheaper than getting it graded again. So I took it to Nirvana. They were like, hey, we actually send stuff off. So you just pay us and we'll ship it off for you. And then it comes back and you get your book back. I was very nervous because I was afraid it was going to come back like
Lower
not
grade.
a 9.8. Which
Comes
would,
back as like a 3.
or they're just like, hey, we lost it. And then it's like on their website for sale. No, people said that's happened.
That's happened
Yeah,
before,
I've
supposedly.
heard about that. But also, you could pay $8 extra, 8 whole
Buckaroos.
800 pennies.
American greenbacks.
Yep, 800 greenbacks for a specialty CGC label. And I got me a black suit Spider-Man label that has the Secret Wars cover on the label. And then over where the grade is, like behind the 9.8, you can see Spider-Man's head from like the interior of the book where he's got the black suit. And there's symbiote goo coming off of the grade.
It's so cool.
It came back a 9.8, so it is recased, and I am so happy. Like it's so cool because it's like I bought this thing and it broke, and I was so sad, and it was probably like 7 years of me trying to get this thing recased.
As long as we've been friends, pretty much, it's been broke.
Yeah, I've been trying to get it recased ever since, and nobody would do it because they're like, well, we can't trust that you'll come back and get it. I'm like, I'll come back and get it. Like, this is my baby. I'm coming back. But yeah, it came back, and I'm so happy. It's sitting on our table right now.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I am scared that I'm going to knock it down.
Yeah, if you hear a kunk in the episode, just know that it fell, and I'll be dead.
You'll never hear from me again.
Yeah. Okay, Clayton, come here.
Luckily, we're recording in my daughter's nursery again. Hopefully, we don't break any chairs this time.
No chairs. I'm sitting on the broken one because I set up. So like,
no sacrifice, no victory.
No sacrifice, no victory.
But luckily, if it falls off, it should, in theory, go into her crib. Hopefully.
No.
Let's lift the table.
then it'll definitely fall. It'll more bounce off of the crib and into the metal beam of the bottom of the table, ensuring that we get a nice crack right on the new label. But I wanted to bring it because I was super excited, and just like I've not like the only book like CGC book that I have that has a specialty label was a King in Black #1 that I had bought already graded with a null label on it. So it was cool to get one, and this perfectly fits this book. Right. So I'm super happy about it.
It looks good. I mean, it 100% deserves the 9.8.
And what's crazy? You know how much I paid for this thing?
How much?
I paid $170 for it.
And how much is it worth now?
The list. So there's some on eBay that have sold. I'm looking at the sold ones.
Okay.
With that label on it.
Okay.
For $600.
Nice.
So I did really good, and it's still my baby. I love this book, and it just makes me so happy.
And it might even go up more when Secret Wars comes out.
If he gets the black suit, and that's my dream. I want that so bad because
it might happen in Brand New Day because Venom is definitely in Brand New Day.
Yeah, I forgot that they are putting Venom in it because his eyes turn black, and Zendaya's wearing black clothes, so that means that Venom's in 100%. It, right? For sure.
Ned is running down the street; he has to be getting chased by Venom.
Well, you know that they film a whole movie and it's a fake movie.
Yeah,
they film and edit the whole thing and it's fake, and then they have a different movie that they put. So they film 2 separate films, but one of them you'll never see.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah. This is all a lie. Don't believe me because there's somebody out there that's like taking notes.
Yeah. Because we bring this up because there are so many Instagram reels that we have seen, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, you'll never believe it! Venom is in Brand New Day."
Tom Holland said symbiotic about him and Spider-Man's relationship. That's got to mean the symbiote's in the movie. That's all I hear is. Yeah. Just fart. Whatever. But we do have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Have a lot.
We have some really cool stuff. Absolute Batman 22 has hit shelves. It's hit shelves about a week ago.
Yes.
So we are a little late than normal, but that's okay. Not a big issue, but definitely some stuff going on.
Depends on who you ask,
Depends on who you ask, yeah.
I've got Transformers 34.
Transformers 34.
Also not a big issue, but there are definitely some things to talk about.
Yeah.
This week we're also going to mention another Image book that I have been reading lately, and that is Geiger. But I'll get into a little bit of that later after we talk about Transformers.
Yeah.
And then
I have Venom issue. I forgot what number it is. 259, which I have not finished it yet. I've only read about the first half of it. I was going to start before we read before we started the show, and I was like, nah.
Are you even a real Venom fan?
Not anymore. Unfortunately, this new stuff is
you pick it up. Oh, Al Ewing's still writing it. Yeah, never mind.
I'll just put it back. So we're gonna talk about that. There is one thing at the beginning. Again, I'm not gonna talk too much on it, just because there was one thing that happened at the beginning that I did read that I was like, come on, man, really? Yeah. It does have a cool cover. There's a alternate cover that I haven't shown you yet. That is really cool. I do really like it. And then we're gonna be talking about a big controversy that happened with John Romita Jr.'s Amazing Spider-Man issue 1000 cover.
Yes.
Which that came out of left field.
Yeah, I without getting into it, it just kind of blew me away. There was twists and turns every single day.
It broke my heart.
It
did. Really broke my heart.
And I can only imagine how he feels.
Yeah. I but also us comic fans stood up. We stood up and united for that.
Yeah.
Because we were not going to let these stupid, dumb kids talk crap about our favorite Spider-Man artist. Not our favorite, but one of our favorites.
Top 5.
One of the top 5 Spider-Man artists of all time. He was a part of all of our childhoods, for sure.
You can't deny the Romita legacy.
Oh, for sure. We're going to talk about... we were going to talk about Spider Noir, but... somebody at this table still hasn't finished it. Clayton, do you know who that is?
I don't know.
You don't?
No. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's you slacker.
It is me. I have not finished it. I'm 4 episodes in, so I'm getting there. I'm working towards it. But as promised, we are going to do a big episode on Spider Noir. We might just do an episode on it by itself.
We might have to at this point.
Because you really like the show.
I do. Well,
And
I would say I like the show. I wouldn't say I really like it.
You like the show.
I like the show.
You like the show. I love the comic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily like the comic.
Nope.
And I don't necessarily like the show. Guys, we disagree. We can't do the show
We
anymore.
can't. You know, flipping the table right now.
We can't even be friends. Like, why am I friends with you?
I'm going to take the secret.
No! Just starts banging on the table.
Until Nicolas Cage comes in here and joins the show.
So we're gonna have a big Spider Noir episode because we made a post about it, and you guys commented telling us that
we're stupid.
That we're stupid, and that Clayton's opinions are dumb. That's what I've been saying. I'm kidding. Everyone is allowed to have their own opinion, and we are going to just disagree and talk about why I like the comic and why he likes the show, and we're just going to kind of just talk about it.
Right.
There's not very much you can talk about Spider Noir. I'm not talking about Spider Noir like as a whole conversation before, because it's just, he's cool. He's my favorite Spider-Verse variant.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
But that episode will be in the future. So instead of that, we're going to talk about our Brand New Day predictions.
Yes.
Brand New Day comes out
in 2 weeks.
I'm
pumped.
And we probably will not have another episode until after it premieres. We might have one more.
Maybe. I don't know what's coming out in the next 2 weeks.
I honestly, I don't have anything.
I don't think I do.
I think all my big stuff already came out.
Yeah, so we might the next episode might be a Spider-Man Brand New Day review.
I'd be okay with that.
Shoot, we should just record both of them the same day.
Let's do it.
I just get caught up on Noir, and we do Spider Noir and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah. And then you come back and you're like, I like Noir better than Brand New Day.
Dude, it better work real hard. It better work real hard. Because I think the last episode I watched was episode 4.
Okay.
So like I got, how many is there? 8?
I think there's 8.
There's 8 total. So I'm halfway, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last thing that I remember happening? It was I know Black Cat or Cat Hardy, and Flint Marco were about to run away, and then a bunch of other stuff happened. Yeah, I think about half.
Okay,
but you know what? But
we'll get to it.
Check back later for that episode. And you have some Spider-Man hot takes.
So do you? Hopefully. We've got some Spider-Man related things to talk about.
Maybe. I'm curious and interested in what it is, because you've not told me what it is yet.
I've not told you any of my Spider-Man hot takes. The reason we're doing a hot takes for this episode, which is something we normally don't do, we don't do hot takes, is because we've been doing some posts on Instagram with some Transformers hot takes, some Superman hot takes, and they have been taking off. You guys have been really loving that content. Yeah. So we decided Spider-Man's both of our favorite characters, so let's just share our hot takes. Yeah. Our hot takes will probably not include Spider-Man should be married to Mary Jane. That is about as cold as like the Arctic.
That's a cold take because everybody wants it, and Marvel's just like, no.
Yeah.
We're thinking about doing a sequel to One More Day, but they're not going to get married. Yeah. That's something Marvel actually said, guys.
Yeah.
They are staying their ground. They are holding the fort. And finally, we got some Avengers Doomsday promos that we're going to talk about.
That we're so excited for.
I'm so excited for seeing.
I'm going to scream, dude.
Dude, there's superheroes doing super things. Like that is oh my god, it's
nostalgic characters will return.
It's peak.
Yeah. Absolute cinema.
We're full of shit. We're also going to rant about that a little bit because as you both know from past episodes before, we're not really excited because we don't really know much. There's not much, like, Marvel's really beating around the bush on dropping something with this. So we could get excited. I mean, I'm not going to close the door on that, but right now we're just not.
Nothing.
So so we'll get into that later too. So we've got a lot of stuff today.
Yes.
You got a good episode packed up today. So
grab your Mountain Dew.
Yep, grab your Mountain Dew, grab your battle axe, and let's get into it. Alrighty.
Dude, I have to say that... So I have a comic book playlist on Spotify that I listen to every so often.
Yeah.
And it'll be on in the car, and that song will come on. And I always tell my wife, I want to read Absolute Batman for some reason.
You're just like, oh, you know what? I need Absolute Batman. Now, this is issue 22. So this is part 5 of the Straw Man. Is that right?
It is part 4.
Part 4 of the Straw Man. This is a very different issue.
Yeah. You said you had did you have a variant that you hadn't shown me yet?
Not for this.
No, for
this is for Venom. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
sorry, my bad.
No, I got cover A for this. I didn't really like a lot of the. Not that I didn't hate. There wasn't any variants for this that I was like, it's all just the Robins. Like the past few issues that have been dropping, it's just variants of the Robins, and I'm just kind of like, okay, we've got that for the last. Like, how many more Robin variants can we get?
Right.
Like, I want like Scarecrow, more Scarecrow
Give me
stuff.
Scarecrow variant. Give me
which is something else. Is that Scarecrow isn't in this?
No.
For it to be the Straw Man, we've only got Scarecrow for 2 issues.
Oh, gosh, there's. I'm trying to decide if I want to talk about some things that I want to talk about regarding this issue now, or if I should save it.
I tell you what. Let's do a recap of what happened. Let's do a rapid this is what happened in the book,
and then get into it.
And then we're just gonna get into our opinions.
Okay.
So you take it away. You start.
Okay. So this issue we see absolute Harley Quinn's origin.
Mm-hmm.
Again, quick recap is that she lives with her mom. Her mom starts out the issue and she's doing research to basically bring down Jack Grimm. Meanwhile, we're also getting flashbacks to the present day where Batman and Harley are kind of on the run away from the Robins. The Robins are tracking them. And she's trying to tell this story about her childhood. Batman doesn't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And then, plot twist, Joker is absolute Harley Quinn's dad.
Yep.
And her mom is what I would consider the original Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she was kind of the first Harley Quinn.
You're right.
That was manufactured by Arc M.
Yes.
Yeah, she was she was an employee with Arc M, and she had something on Jack Grimm that she wanted to expose, and she was very passionate about exposing whatever this thing was. And Harley Quinn, as a daughter or as a child, was always kind of keeping up with this, and she never knew her father. Right? She never knew her dad, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought her dad was gonna be Scarecrow. Because they look at she looks at the closet a lot, and well, first of all, the first picture of the title page of this is a child's drawing of like a home, and above it is this big shadow, this like evil shadow with like red eyes and a red mouth, and I'm like, I think that would be Scarecrow. Me personally, I mean, just like as a right. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I just immediately was like, oh, there's gonna be Scarecrow, and it wasn't. It happened to be
Jack Grimm,
who was Joker.
So the ending of the issue, before I continue with share my thoughts.
Yeah.
The issue ends with Bruce going to Thomas Wayne's grave, digging it up, only to find that Thomas Wayne is not in the casket.
Yep.
He gets a phone call from Scarecrow.
Yep.
And it says that it's a video call of Thomas Wayne supposedly with long hair and a beard.
Yep. He's
super skinny and scrawny. He's chained up, and Scarecrow's saying, "This is Thomas Wayne." Thomas Wayne is saying, I don't want Bruce to see me like this. He needs to think I'm dead.
Yeah.
And then the call ends. Bruce says it's not true. Harley, because her and Batman kind of got into it, she's running away. She says, even if it's true, it's not true. Even if it's true, it's not true. Even if it's true, which has been the reverse of what she's been saying the whole issue.
Earlier, she was scared of monsters in her closet, and her mom told her that even if it's not true, it's true. So, what that means is, even if it's not real, if you believe it's real, then it's real.
Right.
That's kind of the whole point of it, and that's kind of the point of the story. I got a problem with this issue.
I
do too. So the whole point of this issue is Batman and Harley are out trying to avoid the Robins who are looking for him. And Harley is trying to tell her story to Batman because, there's this big piece of information that Batman needs to know, that this man, the Joker, is her dad.
Right.
Why in the world are you telling a story in the middle of running away from giant robots that are trying to kill you, and you're not getting to the point? Batman doesn't give a crap.
No.
He is focused on the mission. He's focused on surviving because that is who Absolute Batman is.
Well, you're being chased by giant robots and the police, so why would you not be focused on
like
that?
he's like, Harley, I do not care about what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
Like, she should have started with, hey, just so you know, my father is Jack Grimm.
Yeah. And let me tell you how I found out.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I need you to listen to me.
Yeah.
Because again, I understand that like and the story's good. Like, I mean, I'm not mad about the story. It's just, why would, you know what I mean? Because the whole point is that before she can tell Batman that, before she can like put it forward and say that her dad is Jack Grimm, they kind of separate. They kind of like break off their alliance together. And Harley's like, you know what? You don't even deserve to know how this story ends. And Batman's like, I don't care. I'm trying to do something.
Right.
And it's like, Batman would care if you started with the most important part first.
Right.
If you had told him that, he would have been fully invested.
Yeah.
But it's just, it was just kind of like a, I don't know. It's just like, why are we telling the story like that?
Yeah.
And again, I know that this has been the hottest book. This has been our favorite. This has been beyond the pull list for a long time. But like, come on. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, that could have been that feels more real than what actually happened.
Right.
What do you think about it? You was that one of yours as well, or do you have something different?
But I do have other things.
Okay.
I called it. I called it twice. So first, I called it first page. I called it Jack Grimm will be her dad.
Why?
I just got a feeling that something like just from this page alone that he is going to be like her dad, because you can't have Harley Quinn without the Joker.
Right.
Okay.
For sure.
So we know that she doesn't fall in love with Jack Grimm because that's not this universe's Harley.
Right.
So how else are they going to do it? And just based on this alone, I knew this was going to be Harley's origin story because like that was plastered everywhere.
Right.
Find out the secret origin of Absolute Harley Quinn. So I knew that was coming.
Right.
Right. You turn the page and like Paul said, there's a giant monster over this house. And I'm like, it's going to be her dad. Yeah. How else can you connect Absolute Joker and Absolute Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Well, then as you turn the page, she's focused on this door opening. And like how you see how she just doesn't know her dad and how she's scared of the door. Well, I thought to myself, it would have been more interesting to have Absolute Scarecrow be her dad. And I think that would have been a way more interesting twist. Don't have Joker really be involved. And that would set that apart from main universe Harley.
Right.
But and besides, Absolute Joker is far scarier than Absolute Scarecrow.
Oh, for sure.
So what's the scariest thing you can throw in the story? Is not Scarecrow. Now, if I saw Scarecrow standing in front, Absolute Scarecrow standing in front of me, I would pee myself.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what this. I felt like this was just leading up to that big reveal, and I wasn't convinced by anything that there was going to go in any other way.
Right.
I read that and I'm like, oh, it's going to be her dad.
Yeah.
I just know it. And the way they had been building up the story, like, oh, I've been writing to my dad, telling her everything that my mom has been doing against Jack Grimm.
Yeah.
And all this, I'm like, this is 100% going to be her dad. And then it gets to the real, and I'm like, oh man, I called it. I didn't want to call it, but there it is. And
I don't. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. So I was just gonna say, and I commented on some people's posts on Instagram saying I called it, and they're like, "Bro, just wants to be different, like whatever." I'm like, no, like if you know like storytelling and you know like who Harley Quinn is, you know they have to be connected.
Yeah.
And throughout the issue, there was such a heavy emphasis on, I don't know who my dad is. There's a monster in my closet.
Yes.
So it's either Scarecrow or Joker. Yeah. And just based on the
fact that it's Harley Quinn.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, process of elimination.
Yeah.
It's Joker.
It's Joker. Yeah.
If it would have been Scarecrow, I would have been genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, oh, no way.
Yeah.
So now here's my other question. If Jack Grimm is her dad, is she half demon?
I don't know. That was my question.
We've not seen her do anything other than beat people with a mallet.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that may be something coming because again, we still don't know what Jack Grimm is. Also, we don't know if like could he be I was about to say, could he not be her dad? And like they do some weird genetic thing to like, you know what I mean?
I could see that coming down the line.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they do, I don't know if at this point I would feel like they're just doing it because. But again, I don't feel like there were some people who replied back like, "Oh yeah, I called it too. Like
Yeah.
I just had that feeling."
Yeah.
But I don't see them. I could see them because the whole issue has been about like things aren't. It's only true if you want it to be true.
Right.
So I could see them down the line saying, "Not really."
Yeah.
Because let's say her mom wanted it or Jack wanted it or something, and they just convinced themselves that it was true.
Right.
So I could see them doing something like that down the line.
Yeah.
But I could also see people being like, well, people just didn't like the reveal, so that's why Scott Snyder changed it. But I don't know. I think if there's a twist down the line, great. It'll make me like this more.
Right.
Right now, I don't like it.
Right. There's a twist. I mean, because the first 50 issues of this book are planned.
Right.
Scott came out recently and said that. He said that that this has been planned, the first 50 issues, and I'm assuming that we'll get a bit like all of this stuff will be concluded and finished by then. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that they're just going to drag it on forever.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not disappointed. I like it's a cool. I like the twist.
Okay.
It really took me. I think the whole argument with her and Batman really took me out because
Yeah.
it was really cool when she finally got up enough courage to go into the closet. There was one point where she was like, I'm gonna face this.
Yeah.
And it's an elevator shaft
Right.
that takes her down to Arc M.
Right.
That's her closet.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying already, right?
But-
and she runs into her mom, who is just like. She just looks super like we see other villains. We see Calendar Man.
Yeah.
We see who else is there? Is that
I don't know who that. It's another villain that Batman fights. I feel like pretty.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yes.
We see Tweedledee, Tweedledum. We see Calendar Man, who is like coming out of himself. He's like ripping through his old body into a new body, which is weird.
Like a really like a whole thing on the calendar.
Yeah, like maybe every month he's reborn or some crazy stuff. That's interesting. But yeah, it just I don't know. I think like I don't mind the twist. As soon as I saw his mom being her mom, like she's the original Harley Quinn. Like Jack Grimm got like Arkham because she goes missing.
Right.
Like she's at work and she doesn't come back for a while, and then Harley Quinn is at home, and then her dad is like, "I'm coming to get you," and then it's Jack Grimm. And when that reveal, it was like that was about my reaction. It wasn't like a shock. It was just like, oh, okay. Because I had about halfway through this, I was like, how are they going to get together? Because I feel like Harley's young,
right,
for Jack, but maybe he's into that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
mean, he's
know.
evil, but like I don't know. I was like, this is going to lead to something with them being. Like their bridges are going to connect at some point. And I guess this is how they connect is that he's her father. The big turnoff for me though was just the fact that when telling Batman this, Batman's ultimate goal is to stop Jack Grimm.
Right.
And it's like you told it at the worst possible time, in the worst possible situation, and you left the details at the very end.
Right.
So the most important thing that would hook Batman to giving a crap about your story is saying that he's the father.
Right.
And also, you don't if like from a writing point of view, right?
Yeah.
If you want to tell this story like that, have the story like tell the origin story, tell Harley Quinn's origin. Don't keep going back to the real world.
Right.
Right? And end it with like
them in the the back.
them talking.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's how he's my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like and if you want to flash back to like earlier, you can have them running away and Harley being like, I need to tell you something, and he's like, I don't care, and she'd be like, Jack Grimm is my father.
Right.
And then that snapping him and being like, what? You know, and then we've already I don't know, like that would be I feel like that would have been a better way to tell the story.
And then there would have been tension between Bruce and Harley, like can I trust her since she's Jack Grimm's daughter?
Yes. Or is he going to use her?
Right.
Because like Bruce is in this position where he's starting to use people because of like that's the Batman he needs to be. Right. So like I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't a bad issue. I'm not gonna say it was a bad issue. I wish it was drawn by Dragata. Dragata did not draw this.
I think Dragata would have definitely
like I really associate this book with him. And when we have issues that he's not the artist for, it takes me out of it.
It does.
You know, it
I'm
pulls
not
me
saying
out.
this artist is bad by any means.
It's not bad. No, it's great art.
But
it's just, you know,
Absolute Batman is so associated with Nick Dragata. It's so hard to
see someone
Yeah.
else do it. Yeah, for sure.
I will say I was surprised with the Arkham twist.
Yeah.
So I will give Scott Snyder that. Like I was like, oh my gosh, what is Arkham is under her house.
Yeah.
So like that was crazy. Calendar Man is insane. I literally reread this panel like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? But
and,
then
and Tweedledee and Tweedledum being
Yes.
Siamese twins, like they're literally connected at the head.
Right.
Yeah.
at her mom's design, freaky.
Oh, it's terrifying. It's great.
So there are like good things. Now the other thing that I called was, unless there's anything else you want to add,
Go for it.
was the theory about Scarecrow.
The straw man theory.
Yes.
Yep.
So I called that. We made a post about it, 2 months ago now? Almost a month ago now?
About a month ago. Yeah.
Talking about the straw man argument and how I think that's my theory, that Jack Grimm's not actually going to fight Batman. He's going to put up a fake target, and that's what basically he's doing. And Harley says it here close to the end. But the brilliant thing about Scarecrow, he starts with some semblance of truth. Yes, your mother was in the Court of Owls, which Batman doesn't even like acknowledge that. That's
He's
the other
just
thing.
completely ignoring what she's saying. Yeah.
But past that, there's nothing I've been able to verify in any way. Scarecrow might not have been manipulated. Not the Joe Chill part, and definitely not what you're feeling right now. And then before that, she says, Grimm and his kind pump billions into making people feel scared and angry, and they use people like Scarecrow to point all that anger and fear at some enemy that isn't real. A ghost, a dummy, anything other than the truth.
Yeah.
I'm like, I called it.
Yep.
Me and Scott Snyder, we're on the same
We're
wavelength.
on the same wavelength. Yep. When you told me that theory, I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Oh man, that's big. That's big brain. It's big brain time.
But no, I have to admit, because I called the Joker twist, the Jack Grimm twist, this was my least favorite issue.
Really? Okay.
Because every issue I've read, Scott Snyder and the team have legitimately surprised me. And I have been, especially, how is this the follow-up issue to last issue?
Yeah, to them meeting.
To them meeting. We don't even acknowledge that in this issue.
We do not.
So, like, maybe we will next issue. Maybe this took place but I don't know. I don't see how that could possibly fit in the timeline. But, like, we don't acknowledge that.
Yeah.
At all. Alfred doesn't even communicate to Bruce here at all.
No.
Or Harley either. So, like, it just felt...
It felt like it was... This felt like it should have taken place before they met.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like... Not out of place. Like, it feels like it's in junction of what's going on in the story. But it feels like it's like... It feels like if this is a movie, this scene is not in the right place.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, other things should have been... Because, you know, like, they're running away from the Robins. Did this not happen before, like, the Robin fight? Or, like, you know, like, this feels like it could have taken place in a different point of time. I don't know. It's just... This had the least amount of, like, shock value. The story was good. I don't know. Yeah.
Everything. It's still my least favorite. Now... We wanted to shout somebody out this episode, and that is my good friend Abdullah.
Abdullah, thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
And thank you so much for emailing us. That's really cool.
We really appreciate that. We appreciate that you listen to every episode. So if you also are really enjoying the show, please send us a DM on Instagram, send us an email. Let us know. Like, we love talking to you guys.
And let us know what you think about these books that we're talking about. Like Abdullah, is that his name?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Cool. Don't want to get it wrong. Don't want to be.
We love you.
We love
what's
you.
your name?
We love you, Anthony. But no, like Abdullah, he gave us some comments about Absolute Batman and what he's been thinking about the series. And if you don't know, I think we talked about him before.
We did.
We mentioned that he bought 3 copies of issue 1, which man, lucky you. That book is skyrocketing because something else we've not talked about. They're doing a show.
Yes.
Absolute Batman's getting an animated series, which we'll talk about that more here in just a minute. But thank you so much, Abdullah, for reaching out and helping us feel like we are affecting people in the everyday world.
So the reason I bring up Abdullah, because before this issue come out, we were talking, and he asked me not to be mad, which I wasn't going to be.
Right, yeah.
But he tells me, quote, Absolute Batman has been demoted to just on the pull list for me. No longer beyond. I know, I don't want to do this. I really don't. But the beats are just not landing for me. None of it feels earned. Like, why are the bad guys naming themselves their alternate universe names other than that's what their names are in the alternate universe? At one point, the Penguin says to Harvey, hey, Harvey, the crooks call you Two-Face, so that's your identity now because criminals choose the name and because you're badly burned on half your body. This isn't exactly what he says, but that's essentially it. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't, at least to me, it just doesn't feel real. Like it's not adding up. I also thought that the meeting between Joker and Bruce was kind of weak. Like, I have no idea why Joker would say, the truth is, I can't imagine my life without you anymore. You and me, I want to do this dance forever. All this did is remind me of Heath Ledger's Joker and the "you complete me" speech from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, where the idea actually landed absolute chaos meeting absolute order. A relationship that was dependent on one another, a villain who needs his opposite to give his own existence any shape, but I just don't get that here. The Joker made him, did not care for the least in the plot development. I think he's written himself into a corner with this. But now he's impressed by Bruce to some extent. I suppose like Joker has a god complex and he can't crush this ant through the means that he's chosen, so that excites him, I guess. I'm just guessing here because I don't know. I need to know. I need to be able to have an understanding of the character's deeper motivations in order to be able to connect to him or the book or the plot or the story, but I'm just not getting that anymore.
Did he send that before this issue?
Before this issue came out.
It was on 21, which was the Two-Face cover when they met.
When they met. This was on June 27th.
You know, so Clayton came to me whenever we got the email from Abdullah, and at first I was like, dang, that's crazy. Someone's already kind of dying down. But, you know, like, the more I thought about that, right, I agree just a little bit.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, like, I think that them getting the names of, like, I think people calling Oz the Penguin is because, like, dude, you're deformed. You look like a penguin.
Right.
I don't know, like that would feel more original, but like the Two-Face thing and being like, oh, well, that's who you are. It does feel a little like on the nose, and like I love the way Jack Grimm and Bruce Wayne met. I thought that was a really great moment, but after kind of thinking about that, a little bit of like, the we need each other speech was just kind of like that reminded, because I said like that feels very iconic.
Yes.
And I did like that for that reason, but also, does that fit the book? Not really. You know, that doesn't, I don't know if that really, I don't know. So.
Well, and that's, I think his point is also like, what makes that work in the main universe is that absolute Joker is, or regular mainline universe Joker is just chaotic.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne in the main universe is absolute order.
Yeah.
And so, but here
it's different. It's flipped.
Yeah,
yeah. But Bruce is chaotic, and he's impulsive, and he's just brutality, and just he's absolute.
Yeah.
And Joker, like you said, he's order. He's constructed. He's you know, like the only time you see him not like organized and tightly suited is when he's absorbing these babies or whatever. Right. Which is horrifying. You know, when he's vulnerable is when he's like in his natural whatever he is state. So like, you know, the fact that Joker is order and Batman, I don't know, it just I think it's cooler. Like, I mean, you know, like Joker mentioning like, hey, you know, like I created you as a joke, and the fact that you've blossomed into this thing is a little bit inspiring, and I like that. But the fact that saying like, I want this to go on forever, like, you know, I don't know, maybe it excites him, but I don't know. I agree a little bit. And this issue was good. It was a great issue. I don't like, you know, it's still, for me, it's still beyond the pull list because I'm enjoying the book and I'm enjoying the characters. But this issue this isn't my least favorite issue, but it's probably my second.
It's my least favorite.
Yeah.
It's if this issue alone is just on the pull list.
It's on the pull list for you?
Yes. The series as a whole is still beyond.
Yeah.
But I don't think one or two bad issues automatically makes the whole series garbage.
Right. No, I don't think so either. And I think, you know, like this feels like, it's like when you're watching a TV show and you're like, oh, that episode wasn't crazy, but like I liked it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how that's how I am as well.
I'm not going to say, oh, I wasted $4.99 on this book. This is garbage. Why did I even buy this? I'm not going to say that.
No.
But I just felt like from a storytelling perspective, I just saw it coming. And that's not what I expect from this book.
Yeah.
Every issue beyond this one has just blown me away.
Yeah.
And this one just didn't do it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a meh. Yeah. What do you think about the show coming out? Because they announced that. I'm excited. I am a little nervous. I hope. I'm gonna say the comic book guy thing. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
I hope the show is beat for beat the comic.
They have already come out and said it's not.
Damn it.
But possibly in a good way.
Yeah.
Because Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta recently met, and there were some details that have supposedly come out, and they're saying that it is not a beat-for-beat recreation, but because you have a limited amount of pages to tell in a monthly comic book, what they're going to do with the show is take some of these plot points and kind of expand them a little bit. And these moments, because you can't do that totally in a 22-page issue.
But it's still going to be the story.
It's still going to be the story.
Okay,
They're just expanding it a little bit.
Well,
so not a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I mean beat by beat, I mean like I hope that it's like I hope when I'm watching the show, I'm also like getting the story from the comic. If they add stuff, that's great. Like there's nothing wrong with adding stuff. I hope they just don't like, oh well, this is Black Mask, but now it's the Penguin arc.
Right.
Or like, oh well, let's do the Joker, let's show Joker, and then let's do Bane. Like, I want them to keep it in the order that it's in.
You want to be watching it and be the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, the way he's got
like,
the beard.
yeah. That's what I want. Yeah. And I'm excited.
Yeah,
I think it's crazy that they've turned a comic book 22 issues in. Right, this book's been out for 22 months, which is almost 2 years.
Yeah,
and we're already getting a show. We've already got a Hot Toys. Still waiting on figures. McFarlane's working on one. From what I saw, it didn't look that great.
Really?
It was a prototype picture.
Oh, no.
It was a picture on a computer screen.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it in person yet.
Okay.
I hope it's good. He's supposed to have the mask that he had on during the Poison Ivy issue. Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I love that of whenever they're fighting and Alfred's like, I need you to keep the mask on. He's like, I'm trying. that is one of my favorite moments in the book. But I don't know. I'm excited about the figures. I'm excited about the show. I'm excited for more Absolute Batman content. The book has been it's been a weird feeling for me because, not to get off too much on a side tangent, but like, I've kind of slowly stepped out of comics just a little bit just because of Marvel's not been doing it for me, and Absolute Batman's great, but also I was super into it because it was I got into it late and I was on the hunt for all these issues, and then I was finding all these variants, and then I was like, oh, I want a figure, and I was reading it consistently to the point where I was invested all the time. Yeah. And now it's now that I'm caught up, and now that I've got all the variants that I want, and I've got all the issues that I want, I have a number one. I've met him. We've met Scott Snyder. I'm at the point where I'm just now I'm just on the train of I'm waiting for to get to the next destination.
Right.
The chase to get on the train was the fun part, and now I'm just on the train okay, now we're just chilling. To the point where I've actually got into Pokemon, which is not good. Nerd loser.
Hey, you met Nick Dragotta.
Huh?
You met Nick Dragotta.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I'm pretty sure you did. Did I not give you my Fantastic Four 588 Death of Human Torch to get signed by Nick Dragotta years ago? I have a picture of my Fantastic Four signed by Dragotta, and I've not met Dragotta. This was years ago.
No shot.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
I'm dead serious.
Oh, that sucks. I guess I've met Nick Dragotta then. I didn't know it.
Years ago.
I think I remember getting that signed for you.
It's the Death of the Human Torch.
Do you have a picture? Can I see the picture?
Yes, I'm trying to find it.
If you show, did I take a video? Because I took a video of a lot of the people that I met for you. Clayton is one of my so when I go to comic book conventions, I always tell people, hey, if you want to give me something to get signed, just let me know. I just need the book. I need you to tell me where you want it signed. I need you to. I did. No shot. I met him.
Yeah.
Bruh. Well, I need to meet him again. Well, then I can see now I'm even more. Now I just realized that I was sitting on a luxury seat in the train. Just didn't know it yet. That sucks. That doesn't suck. That's great. Now it's just oh, I want to meet him, and I didn't know I met him already. Wow. But no, Clayton has always been my favorite guy on like, hey, you need something signed? He puts sticky notes on it. He tells me who he wants to sign it. If it's multiple people, he'll give me multiple sticky notes, and he puts the money in the bag. And I'm like, this is the best ever. Like, I can go to who I need to go to and get his stuff signed. And I try to take a video for him, so he has a video of it at least. Dang.
Yeah. Well,
thank you for telling me that. I feel like, have you seen who's the lady on the Titanic that plays like the rich lady who's really nice? I don't know her name, but have you seen the video where she's like, I regret never thanking my mom at the awards, and the dude's like, you did, and she goes, no, I didn't, and then he shows her the video and she starts crying. She's like, thank you. That's how I feel right now. I met Nick Dragata and I didn't even know it.
I was thinking more of the Batman scene where it's like, I never said thank you, and you'll never have to.
You'll never have to. That's crazy, bro. They were all at Heroes Con. They had a big line because they were all at the same table. All the absolute people were at the same table, which would scare the crap out of me.
I first off, thank you, Paul, for always getting my book signed when I can't go on a convention. And unfortunately, I may, without going into details, I may never see that Fantastic Four 588 again. But
you don't have it?
No. Without giving too many personal details, there was a situation in my life where, unfortunately, all my CGC books, including an Avengers 4 from 1964, graded Fantastic Four 7 from 1968, the Strange Tales 114, the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America, Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 50, Beta Ray Bill first appearance, signed by Walt Simonson, Louise Simonson, and personalized.
Can I tell the story about that real quick?
About meeting them?
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell them about meeting them.
Real quick, the story about meeting them, getting that book signed for him, the line was like 3 or 4 hours long, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that one. Like, it was going, like, they were situated in the corner of the convention. The line went straight from one side of the con to the other, made a complete L turn, and went straight on continuously, even more, and then it like woven around a little. It was a long line, and I was going to the CGC booth being like, hey, I'm just kind of curious, like, how to get, because he wanted them CGC'd as well, and with CGC, if you don't know, they have to come with you to get those signatures, because they have to witness it, and then they take the book. You don't get to touch the book after it gets signed, just to prevent stuff from happening. But I was talking to the CGC guy, and literally some dude, as I'm talking to him, he's like, yeah, dude, that line's like 3 to 4 hours long. You're gonna have to wait a long time for it. And I was just like, well, thank you, I appreciate it. It's for my buddy, and he's not gonna be mad if it doesn't get signed. As I'm about to walk away, some other guy comes to the table and goes, guys, I have an in. Do you want to go right now or not to meet him? And I guess the guy that worked at CGC was also wanting to get stuff signed. Yeah. And he goes, yeah, you come with me. And I went, okay. And I grab all my stuff and go. And he goes, if anyone asks, you are my son. And I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, you're going to get this book signed right now. And I went, are you serious? He's like, yeah. Like, I may be able to get you in. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And we get in line. We cut literally the whole line. Yeah. We cut the whole line. And like, he's like, yeah, this is my son. And I'm like, yeah, this is my dad.
I love playing catch with my dad.
Yeah, me and my dad go play baseball all the time. We collect comic books. And I got the book signed, and literally in the span of like 10 minutes, like it was just the most like God said, hey, I got you. Yeah. And everything worked out, and I got it signed. And so it sucks that you don't have that
graded
anymore.
Out of 5. Walt and Louise both signed it.
And then when I got his wife to sign it, she didn't have a line at all. Yeah. But I got her to sign it. She goes, I have nothing to do with this book. And I went, I know. And she was like, the only thing I have to do with this book is that I'm married to the man who did it. And I went, this is from my buddy. He wants you to sign it. And she goes, okay. Yeah. She signed it.
So probably the only book in existence signed by both of them. And the only book in existence to have my name on it. Yep. Also, one last one. The first appearance of Miles Morales, signed by Bendis and Bagley. I have none of those anymore.
Nope, they are unfortunately gone.
Lord willing, one day there is a possibility I could get them back, but
due to certain circumstances, that's just not the way it is, which sucks. But you know what? I am proud of how you are handling the situation.
Thanks.
Like, it's just like we talked about it, and we're not gonna go into details on the show for sure, but like we talked about it, and I was like, I would be so mad, and you went, honestly, I am so happy that I have a wife and my baby. Like, I could not be more happier right now. I have everything in my life that I need. And I'm like, I wish I could be you, Clayton. I couldn't handle this like that. I'd be pissed. But yeah, so.
Well, that totally derailed everything we were talking about.
So we're back on the train track
So,
and Absolute Batman.
Yeah, so I am excited about the animated series as well. I think it's going to be great. I have no concerns whatsoever because Nick Dragata and Scott Snyder, they're both executive producers. The only complaint I do have is that it's going to be fully CG animated. I think it would have been better like 2D animation, but they said in that same article that I saw where they had announced that it's not going to be beat for beat, I saw that the reason they're doing it as a CG animated is to give a better feel for the world. Yeah. So I could see that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Yeah. Any other thoughts you have on Absolute Batman 22?
This issue was an on the pull list issue. I want to say I'll go ahead and just say it because honestly, like me saying it's beyond the pull list is just me being a geek and being like, I like it. It's good. It's good.
As the cool kids say, you just being a LARPer.
Yeah. Me LARPing over here. But no, it's a good issue. It's on the pull list. I'm definitely going to keep picking it up.
Yeah.
I really love this series and, I don't want people to not pick this up anymore because of this. Don't let this damper what you've got.
Right.
There's definitely a lot coming. And I think this is just maybe an issue Scott needed to get in there and he just kind of squeezed it in there in a way that maybe it didn't fit right, but we just, whatever.
We
but
needed it,
this could be important for other stuff.
Right.
So, 23 comes out next month. So we got a little bit for it. I guess we'll go there and see how that goes. So on the pull list for me, what about you?
On the pull list for me as well. Absolute Batman 23 is the first appearance of Clayface. Comes out August 12th.
Very excited about this one. Have you seen all the variant covers?
Yes.
For this? Oh,
yeah, they look good.
They will be mine. I will not miss out on this one. My FOMO will be satisfied.
All 21 variants right now.
How many variants did this book have?
This one had. Oops, if I click the right button, it might lead us somewhere. This one had 97.
Okay, that's not as bad as
You're going to collect all of them? All of the Harley Quinn variants?
No.
Fun fact, though, about Absolute Batman 22, and then this will be the last thing I say about it. There is a variant cover of Harley Quinn drawn by Brett Bean, who is currently doing Dork.
Oh, that's a cool cover. I like that cover. Okay. So he got a little in.
He got a little in.
Hey, you draw this Absolute Batman variant. We need to beat the last one.
Yeah. So, with that said,
we now return to the Transformers.
Ooh.
All right. So I'm still trying to get Paul to hop on this book.
I'm sorry. I'm so busy. I'm so. Let me tell you. I'm so bad about like. Oh yeah. Let me catch up on this. Then I just don't. And they're like, hey, did you read that? No. But to be fair, you have my Ultimate Spider-Man still, so that makes me feel better.
Well, I'm trying to get my wife to read that.
That's true.
I have read it.
You have read it. But you know what? That makes me feel a little bit better. But I should definitely give that back to you.
So with Transformers, I hate how everything has now become a comparison for me for like, it's as good as Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
The Daniel Warren Johnson issues, the first 24 issues of this run, are 100% either as good, if not better than Absolute Batman. First 24 issues. But we are now on issue 34. This issue was another on the pull list for me.
Okay.
Because there's not a whole lot that happens.
Yeah.
We have Optimus because he's not a Prime anymore. He talks with General Flag. They're talking about how they're rebuilding and how Chicago, because it got destroyed, but you have to read all that.
Yeah.
Is
in
now
Dark of the Moon, right?
Yeah,
the movie.
It is now being called Autobot City.
Okay.
We get a reveal that Spike Wiki had a brother who was an astronaut. Something happened to him. Okay. We see Thundercracker, who has switched sides.
Thundercracker. Sorry.
What are you trying to say, Paul?
Nothing.
We see him and the aerial bots talk about there's something that he says, which never gets touched on again in this issue, that there is something that Optimus is not aware of, a deeper threat in the world that Optimus doesn't know. And he's afraid that because Alita is on Cybertron and Optimus is here on Earth, that they're so focused on winning the war that they're not concerned about another deeper problem. We don't know what that is. And the aerial bots are like, well, we'll join you and we're going to follow you wherever you want to go. And they basically welcome him into the family.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we get a new Transformer who was introduced in this run.
Yeah.
Their name is Shredhead.
Shredhead.
It's a pink van or purple van, but epic character because they have a major sword, huge sword.
Yeah.
We meet the Combaticons, and then we go back to Optimus' story where we introduce a character from the original Transformer series, Dr. Henry Arkinville. Don't care about this character. Could care less. I've seen him in the cartoon, and I don't know if he's ever appeared in anything else than the original 80s cartoon.
Okay.
Really don't care.
Yeah.
So this page is meaningless. We get back to Shredhead and Cliffjumper fighting the Combaticons, and the Combaticons transform into Bruticus.
Oh.
And Shredhead puts up a really good fight against this giant Transformer. Beats him up, takes a beating. I mean, like a champ, like holding on everything. And, well, this is a combiner. This is several Transformers into one. And just begins to beat the crap out of Shredhead. Just constantly. Cliffjumper grabs Shredhead's sword, jumps on Bruticus' shoulder, kills Onslaught, causes the Transformers to all fall apart. We find out Onslaught is dead, has a giant sword through his back, thanks to Cliffjumper. But we end the page with Shredhead possibly dying.
Oh. Crap.
This is on the pull list for me because literally nothing happens. That's major. Shredhead getting the crap beat out of him. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the new character they introduced. I really thought after the last couple issues, like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
we're
yeah.
picking up. Starscream is alive.
Yeah.
And, Alita's on Cybertron. Now they have Energon. Now they have the Matrix. Optimus is questioning, like, his purpose in life now. And then we get to this issue, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's just kind of a side issue.
Yeah. Shredhead has not been a major character for, I would say, 10 issues now. Even though I kind of clickbaited people on our recent post and said the Transformers killed off a major character. Well, not really. Because Shredhead's
Clayton clickbait.
That's what gets the comments and the likes. That's what makes the algorithm go.
You guys like that. You can't help but see who it is.
Yeah, you guys.
I'm the same way. I can't help it.
So yeah, cool, great cover.
Yeah.
I don't really care though about anything else. Thundercracker and the aerial bots. That's the most interesting thing because what is the bigger threat going on if not Megatron or whatever's going on in Cybertron, like the Decepticons? But we don't get anything about that.
It's just
We don't get anything. Like, remember the last issue, Wheeljack was discovering the Dinobots and was like figuring stuff out there. None of that was even touched on in this issue.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying you have to fill out every plot point every issue, but like, come on, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people are mad about this one. But I've also seen a lot of people saying like, hold on, Shredhead's not dead. Robert Kirkman's not going to kill off that kind of character yet. So just hang on.
Yeah.
And I'm in the same boat. Like, hang on. And that's what I've been saying this whole run. Robert Kirkman is one of those writers that just needs a little bit of time to take off.
Right.
And once he takes off, like, look at Invincible.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think that I think it's the first 12 issues of Invincible before we even get the Omni-Man versus Mark fight.
Yeah.
This is just 10 issues in his run.
Yeah.
9 issues in his run. Next issue will be 10. So we've just got to give it time.
Right.
But this issue was like a bummer for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That sucks.
So, but
hey, just like Absolute Batman, we got to hold off. We got to, this is important, and it's just like, it's okay. We're allowed to have meh issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you were reading a trade, different story because like you keep getting the full story.
Right.
But a single issue that comes out every month, it's a little bit harder sometimes.
Right. Cause you get a good issue, right? Or something with like Absolute Batman is you get a bunch of good issues and you're reading and you're just so invested. And then finally, you get to the point where you're like, okay, the meh issue, like you waited a month for it. Here it is. You read it in 10 minutes, and now you got to wait a whole month for something else, and you're just like, and it kind of just it sets your mood for a month.
Yeah.
Which is like that's kind of something that's been bothering me with comic books as of recently,
Right.
is that like I'm into these books and then we have to wait so long for the next one, to the point where you're just kind of like out of it for a month,
Yeah.
and then when it gets good again, you're into it again for a month,
Right.
and then it's just you know what I mean?
It's the Michael Scott meme where he's like sitting on the park bench and he's like in the swing.
yeah.
It's like,
Just you're just
but so Transformers is good. Image, I still think is absolutely killing it right now.
Yeah.
And there's another book that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, Geiger.
Yes.
It has I've heard a lot of good things. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up and read it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, incredible Image book right now.
Really? Okay.
Fantastic. I kind of told you a little bit about it a while ago. Long story short, it is a story about a man who has radioactive powers. It's set in a post-apocalyptic future, think like Fallout. And his one purpose is to protect his family, which are in a bunker.
Yeah.
But he can't go in the bunker because if he does, he will
Irradiate
kill
them.
them with the radiation. So his purpose is just to defend the bunker.
Yeah. Which is such a cool concept.
Yeah.
You told me about that. Like, we talked on the phone the other day, and you told me about that. And you actually let me take the first trade home
Yes.
to read it on top of my
On
Transformers.
top of Transformers.
So I'm actually excited to read this one. This one
Okay.
actually seems really, really cool. Because I like Fallout stuff, and I
Yeah.
like, like, that's a really cool, different concept.
I am...
Is it bad that I kind of feel like I know how it ends, but I don't? I don't know.
I'm not going to spoil anything, so even if you ask me, I'm not going to tell you. You might be able to call it, but you're not ready for it.
Should I say it or should I not?
I'm not going to tell you either way.
I'm gonna say it. This is
Okay.
completely. I've never read it.
Okay.
I flipped through like a few pages at the beginning, but from what you've told me, part of me thinks that when he finally goes into the bunker, his family's gonna be dead. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not going to say nothing.
You're completely expressionless. Your mouth went from being a little open to a little closed, so that freaked me out a little
I'm
bit.
not going to say nothing. But I will say, after you read the first trade, if you really like it, I have all the others. And it's well worth it because there's 5 trades right now.
Wow.
24 issues right
Yeah.
now, 23 issues right now. Issue 24 comes out in 2 weeks. I think you're really going to like it.
Okay. I'm very invested. I'm very interested.
Yeah.
It seems like a really cool idea.
There's a tie-in book called Junkyard Joe. It's set. So Geiger takes place 25 years in the future. Junkyard Joe is present day,
Okay.
but it's all connected.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another series that I bought that I'm waiting to come in called Redcoat. Also connects to this universe.
Oh.
He is, from what I know, I've not read any Redcoat yet. He is a British soldier from 1776, from the war for the Revolution.
Yeah.
And he encounters the founding fathers, who in this universe had like Doctor Strange style magic, which is kind of weird, but I've
Yeah.
heard like it's okay. It gets really good. And he accidentally interrupts like a spell that they're casting, and he is immortal unless he steps off American soil.
Oh.
So
Okay, interesting.
I'm curious. He still apparently ages and dies, but he
Right.
just comes back to life.
Interesting. Okay. As long as he's on American
As
soil.
long as he's on American soil.
Do not go to Russia. No Europe trips for this guy.
No Canada.
Yeah, no.
Because
no
who would
Canada.
want to go there anyways? If you're listening in Canada, that was 100% an insult.
We're kidding.
No.
No.
So that's all I have to talk about this week.
I don't have a lot. I do have one thing which I've partially read. So my opinions on it might not be great, but check out this sick variant cover. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready. Oh, Clayton Crane.
Clayton Crane did a cover. It is of
Ooh.
MJ swinging in the rain, with her new look. Honestly, this is how I would wish the book would be. This is what I wish the book
Clayton
would look
Crane
like.
art style. Honestly,
The dark art style,
Yeah.
the rain, like that's what I would want to see out of this book, because that's what this book should be. You know what I mean?
I would have gotten behind that if it looked. I would have gotten behind this idea of Mary Jane being Venom if it looked more like that.
That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
When it carried out from Donny Cates stuff. But we're not going to look in the past. We're only going to look at now, and I'm going to be calm, and I'm going to be cordial, and I'm not going to talk about how much I hate certain writers.
Hey, real quick, while I'm thinking about Donny Cates. So I have told you recently that I've been reading Daniel Warren Johnson stuff like crazy.
Yeah.
I've read Do a Powerbomb, Murder Falcon came in today.
Yes.
Daniel Warren Johnson, did the first 24 issues of Transformers, and I just wanted he also did the Absolute Batman Annual that you love.
Yes.
And I found out that Daniel Warren Johnson and Donny Cates did a book together.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember the title, but I'm like, these are two superstar writers.
It's not, is it Crossroad?
No, Crossover.
Crossover.
That was actually a pretty good book by
Yeah.
Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw. Let me see.
He did Crossover. He did, what else did Donny Cates do? He did some, it wasn't Baby Teeth. He did another independent book.
It's called Ghost Fleet.
Ghostly. Never heard of that.
If it'll load. I didn't mean to steal your
No,
show,
please.
but yeah, Donny Cates, Daniel Warren Johnson, and Lauren Affey. That's what the cover looks like.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I really, man, and that's something else about Donny Cates is I haven't seen him like he's out, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I know he got in his like car accident, but like it's really sad because like when I met him, he had said that he had some stuff in the works, and he's like, and he made a post on Instagram saying like, keep your eyes open for summer. Like I think that was last year. He was
really?
like, hey, keep your eyes open. Something's coming this summer. If you can guess what it is, I'll give you the first issue for free.
Oh.
And
wow.
I was like, please be Venom, and it wasn't. And then he never announced anything. So like, I just like.
Well, Abdullah, when I was talking to him, said that a new Spawn writer is hopping on.
Yeah, I heard. I don't think it's Cates though. I think they've already announced who it is, but they have definitely announced that a new Spawn. Yeah, because Todd is finally kind of leaving it to somebody else for a minute.
30 years.
After 30 years, he's so tired. He's
You're like Spawn?
you like Spawn? You like Spawn?
They supposedly are started work on the movie on Spawn.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
they're still in talks with getting it. They've rewrote the script a bunch. I think Todd is being a little picky on it. That's just my
probably.
personal opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Matthew Rosenberg who is taking over Spawn in August.
Matthew Rosenberg.
Only thing I
okay.
know Matthew Rosenberg from, if I'm not mistaken, is he. If I think this is who it is, wrote the Punisher series where he was in the War Machine armor.
Okay.
I think that's who that is.
Okay. I've not read that series. I think Donny Cates could take on a good Spawn.
I think he'd do.
I think
great.
he'd do a really good job. But unfortunately, nobody. I don't. And that bums me out. I don't know why nobody wants to work with him. Like he got in a car accident, and it's just like everybody went, yeah, he made us all of our money. Screw him now.
Yeah.
Which sucks because he seems like he's a really good writer, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He was really nice, super nice. I had him sign a bunch of my Venom books because I was just like, I love them all. I couldn't decide. Like like this is my favorite book. I love your writing, and he like talked to me about it, and I think he could tell I was like genuinely like drooling over the table.
Yeah.
I miss Donny Cates. We miss you. Please come back to comics.
Do you want to come on the show,
Donnie, yeah, come on the show. Let's talk about Venom. Let's talk about new Venom. Actually, no, let's talk about your Venom because your Venom is awesome. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Anyways, this issue.
So this garbage issue. I don't have a lot to say about it. I read the first few pages, but I haven't read the rest of it, but I can tell you of what I've seen of it. Now, this is probably not a reliable review, and I understand that you're probably going to say, well, Paul, you didn't even read the book. You can't even judge it, but I'm just going to tell you from what I see, what I think. We open up to new MJ, right? This is MJ in her new look, which for some reason now goes from the Venom look to almost looking like the Black Widow look from the last Venom run. So we're changing the look again. This is number, 3 or 4?
Yeah, it's up there.
And she's talking to this dude that I've already forgot his name because clearly...
Is it Captain... I want to say Captain Planet, but it's
Captain...
Galaxy or something?
Hang on, it's... Captain Alliance.
Captain Alliance.
There it is. Yeah. I skipped this big pause of us trying to figure out what his name was because I don't care. But we get the book. The book, honestly, it opens to him talking about Null coming back and talking about the significance of, Null came to this, like talking about King in Black. And he was talking about like Null came and he covered the city in symbiotes and like he's sitting on the couch drinking a cup of coffee. They're talking about this. And also MJ is talking to him like she doesn't remember this. You'd think if you lived in New York, you'd be like, I remember all of this. Like, I vividly remember.
Yeah.
Like, especially her being, traumatized by the symbiote already. The city is now covered with them.
There
are symbiote dragons flying in the sky, and all the Avengers are symbiotified. So, MJ, you're screwed during King in Black. But she's talking about how that she's not what Captain Alliance expected. He probably came here looking for Eddie Brock, and they got her, which is completely unexpected. And he says that he heard stories about Venom's host, but he's very pleasantly surprised that MJ is Venom. And she says that, well, here's an unpleasant surprise. If you heard it was Venom who beat Null, you were wrong. See, Venom's had more than one host. It was Eddie Brock, powered up by the Light Force itself, into a Captain Universe. That's who... God, I can't read. Hang on. It was Eddie Brock, powered up by the Life Force itself, into a Captain Universe. That's what it says. That's who flew Null into the sun. So... Venom is not credited for killing Null. It is Eddie Brock and Captain Universe, which, if Al Ewing read the comic, he would know that it was called the Enigma Force.
I was about to say, even I know that it's the Enigma Force. And I've not read this book since it came out.
Captain Universe is a character that the Enigma Force, because the retcon in King of Black was the Enigma Force is a light symbiote. Okay. It doesn't function like a symbiote. It functions more like a cosmic thing, a cosmic being of light almost.
Yeah.
But technically it is a symbiote and it's the opposite of Null, right? And when it bonded with Eddie, kind of like, this is the way Donny Cates' books did it, was that no matter if you bond with a symbiote, it takes the attributes of, I guess, the symbiote that you're normally bond. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's a little off. But he bonds with the Captain Universe symbiote and goes back to being Venom, right? Okay. And it's just kind of like, I don't know. So this book immediately starts with like, hey, that wasn't Venom. That was just Eddie Brock and Captain Universe. But Captain, again, it's the Enigma Force, not Captain Universe. And she's pretty much saying Venom wasn't in the fight at all. And it's like, okay.
Because it's just Eddie Brock out there.
Yeah, it's just Eddie Brock bonded with the Enigma Force, which that is Venom.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Like, Eddie Brock bonded with it. Like, that's Venom. In that moment, let it be Venom. You know what I mean? It's just like, don't step on things. Like, it feels like we're getting stepped on.
They're doing to Venom what they do to Spider-Man. They can't give him anything.
Yeah, and it's like, just give him the credit.
Yeah.
He killed Null. Like, he was destined to do that. That book was so... And I'm sorry I keep going on and on about the book. It's just... That book was so epic because Eddie Brock was such a loser throughout the whole thing. And then it ended with him just finally on top. Yeah. Like, it was, and they drew it out as long as they could. And when it happened, it was just epic. And then now it's, they like, Al is stripping the credit from that epicness. It's just, it's stepping on it. It's like, why are we stepping on this? MJ says that we've had our differences, talking about her and the symbiote, credit. Oh no, sorry. She's talking about her and Eddie. Right. We've had our differences, but credit where it's due. It was Eddie who became the new King in Black, but he fell into his own darkness. Now he's in prison. He did not fall into his own darkness. Al just didn't write it good. Because he
and that's what, second page of this book?
That's the second page of this book. Third page technically, because you got a splash page and
and then an ad.
And then an ad.
And then another ad.
And then another ad for Queen in Black. But that's all I read. I ended up, I was trying to read it while I was at the store picking it up, and then I started talking to some other guy who was there. But we see, flipping through the book, we see Dylan finally reunites with Sleeper. Where the freaking, I almost said a bad word. Where has he been this whole freaking time? He's just not been, like, I was literally getting to the point where it's like, did Al just forget Sleeper existed? No,
Yeah.
he was in it a little bit. He was in the symbiote containment thing with Flasher and Toxin. And so Dylan meets with Sleeper. Sleeper actually bonds with him.
Okay, cool.
Making the new...
you have to
the
get
new
through
Sleeper
500
agent.
ads
Yeah, there's like
first.
1,000 ads first. And then we see Toxin, or I guess Captain Spider is now his
gosh.
name. I still don't like this look. Fighting another guy, and Sleeper comes in. I like he's got a little bit of like a dragon spider on his
I see
chest.
that.
That looks kind of cool. And he's got chains coming off of him now that he's bonded with Dylan. So
Yeah.
really picking up on those old Dylan things
Yeah.
that were forgotten. And so we see that fight. We see him, Sleeper unbonds with Dylan and goes back to being Sleeper Cat, which, by the way, I love Sleeper Cat. I love that. Like, that was done in Donny Cates. I love Sleeper Cat. If I ever have my own cat, I will name it Sleeper. I'm not kidding. Me and Elise have talked about this. I'm like, we're going to name it Sleeper because Sleeper Cat. Sleeper Cat, Sleeper Cat, Sleeper Cat. But,
Forget Baby Yoda. I want Sleeper Cat.
But, yeah, exactly.
What?
But, I flipped the page and Clayton's already like, what? So, the Toxin suit leaves Rick Jones and bonds with Dylan, turning him into a Toxin Codex hybrid. Now, if you don't know, from Donny Cates' run, there's a story where Eddie Brock and Dylan go into the future. It's an alternate future where Dylan has bonded with the symbiote and has become this evil leader over the world named Codex. And this is an older version of Dylan, right? He's clearly older and he's bonded with the symbiote, whatever. But in Al's book, he's making it where if the symbiote hits this specific, like if it bonds with him and just decides to do this thing, it will turn him into Codex. Which the first time they did it in his previous run. I thought that was really cool and really exciting.
Okay.
I will give credit to that. But now it's just kind of like, it doesn't make sense because it's making Dylan older. And it's like, like I understand doing something to like, this is what could happen in the future.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's like, because they also tied that into one of this is separate, but like in Venom Beyond, Venom is fighting Virus and he shoots that weird tendril cannon because he's linking with himself in the future, which was from the End books that were coming out at that time, where it shows future Venom and he tapped into that power, which was just a cool we're seeing what could happen, what's going to happen later in the future,
right?
But this is really weird. So Toxin bonds with him and it's just this weird Codex Toxin, and he's red and blue, which for Toxin isn't red. He's like a burgundy maroon color,
right?
Like a bronze color almost.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Clayton Crane actually told me why he's that color.
Really?
Marvel said he could not be red or black because he had to be a new color since he was a new symbiote. So Clayton made him a reddish orange bronze color. And Marvel just completely ignored that.
Hey, we're gonna set this rule for you, but we're not gonna follow.
We're gonna forget it later. But then the end of the book has MJ. She's talking to somebody, talking about how there's this thing. I'm assuming it's about Null's coming back, and we need to do something to stop it. She symbiotes out and saying that we're Venom now. Mary Jane Watson is Venom. The new Venom's newest host, and it's time that you knew that. Also, there's a scroll in my apartment who told me, doesn't say anything else. Say something, please. This mystery person says, MJ, there's only one thing I can say to that. You turn the page, and it is Tony Stark, Iron Man.
What?
Saying, you're rehired. Because if you don't know, MJ used to work for Tony Stark back during like 800. Because remember, she was at she was at Tony's building or whatever. And Tony says, welcome back to Stark Industries. Venom, you start immediately. We have a lot of work to do. And then it will be continued in Queen in Black #1, which I'm assuming comes out very soon. That's Venom. Again, it's is what it is. I've as I've said in every episode, I will drop this book if Al is still on it after Queen in Black. I'm gonna hold my ground, but man, it's tempting to not. You look shocked. You look what? Tell me what you're thinking right now.
Oh, let me just get it out. Okay.
Get it out.
So
Let it out, Clayton.
I expected Eddie Brock. I expected her to be talking to Eddie Brock at the end because that's what makes, from a storytelling perspective, that's what makes sense because she's basically saying she would basically be saying to Eddie like, hey, there is somebody coming back to Earth saying that Noel's coming back. You have experience, but you're locked in prison.
Right.
I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go kick some butt. I need to know how you defeated Noel.
Yeah. Because that's what she talked about at the beginning of the book.
Yeah,
She's
right.
literally like, well, it wasn't the symbiote that did it. It was Eddie.
Right. You bookend it. You literally, that's how you tell a story. The beginning and the end should almost always mirror each other.
Yep.
That's how you tell a good story. And then you're just going to, oh yeah, you remember that time that MJ worked with Iron Man? And yeah.
We're back.
Because in case you've forgotten, Robert Downey Jr. plays Doctor Doom, but he also played Iron Man.
Mind blown.
And you know what comes out this year? Doomsday.
You know, I bet the key to stopping Hela is going to be Doctor Doom. That's a total lie. I'm just kidding. Just pulled that
honestly
right out of my butt.
Could see it.
I could too. That wouldn't shock me.
Because that's what Marvel does. Oh, we're going to do a movie with this villain. Let's just absolutely put them in everything, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the old Al Ewing Venom run, Kang was in it because he was in the movies. He was getting ready to, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp was about to come out. So literally, like, Kang was it. Yeah. So that they've done that. You know, man, and again, I'm trying to not do the normal thing that I do because I've been told by people it's annoying because it's like, oh, Paul's back, he's going to talk shit about Venom for an hour.
I don't think so. I think it shows passion, and like I'm not saying that just because like we're friends, but like even my wife who knows that she doesn't know Al Ewing, she doesn't know Venom, but she just knows you hate him. Yeah, and she finds it hilarious.
Yeah.
So
it's like. The story is right there.
Yeah.
The bones to make a amazing Venom story. And again, I'm open to things being different. I love different things.
Sure.
In the Venom community, a lot of people don't like Ultimate Venom from Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
I love that version of Venom because it's so different. You know, like it's because people are like, oh, well, you know, it's not a symbiote, it's not an alien. I'm like, but that's what makes it interesting.
Right.
Bonding the symbiote with MJ can be interesting, but they miss out on that.
Right.
They miss out on like Paul's character. People don't like him, but they could make him a likable character, and then they could kill him or even make him a douche that makes MJ feel like you have the bones for that. Null, if you want to bring him back, you can, but like, you know, don't do something with Eddie.
Right.
You know, you bringing Hela into the mix is literally you're
Marvel
copying
Rivals.
it from Marvel Rivals. You know, and Marvel Rivals, that like I liked that because it was different. It's like this isn't King in Black, right? Because in Marvel Rivals, the placeholder for the Enigma Force is the Phoenix Force.
Oh, okay.
So the Phoenix Force is like an alternate symbiote kind of, and it bonds with Venom to stop Null because it was instead of like when Null was created, there was a counter to his creation,
Right.
which was, you know, the Enigma Force.
Right.
But in the comic or in Marvel Rivals, it was the Phoenix Force, which is just kind of it's different.
That's cool.
It's a different approach. It's not mainline canon. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Right? But this is mainline canon. This is 616, and we're taking things from other universes and literally copying it and pasting it into this. And it's just, you know, we're changing MJ's look. We're changing the way the symbiote works. We're changing all these different things. You know, like Toxin bonding with Dylan to make a Toxin Codex it's weird. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's just this isn't how symbiotes work. You know, Sleeper bonding with Dylan. I thought that was cool. I wish he has the new Sleeper look, which is where he has like the weird containers, because Sleeper is a different kind of symbiote.
Okay.
It works with like different types of gas and like invisible fumes that change your emotions.
Oh, okay.
That's how Sleeper works. And Sleeper had a really unique look when he first appeared in Venom First Host.
Yes.
And in this book they changed it to where he looks more like almost like a super powered gas agent kind of guy.
Yeah.
Which I don't hate that look, but I like the monster Sleeper better.
Yeah.
I wish that would have been him. Like I wish they could have just done that and maybe put a twist on it with Dylan. I just feel like Al Ewing and the people who are on this book are doubling down on the things that like don't work. And again, that's a Spider-Man thing. You know, like I've heard a lot of people. There's a YouTuber, I think it's like Spidey Dirk or Spidey whatever. He's on YouTube. I love his videos. But he mentions that he said, you know, the Spider-Man office really tends to, when they make a bad decision, they double down on it every time.
Yep.
You know, and they don't really listen to fans. And Venom's taking the hit, and
Marvel,
yeah,
they're tone deaf.
they're very tone deaf.
They know what fans want, and they simply just refuse to give it to them.
Yeah.
And that's not how you sell books.
No, and it's like, and I say it a bunch, and I know I'm like a broken record saying it again and again. I don't want to be on this book. The only reason I am on it is because I really like Venom. He's my favorite character. He's been my favorite character. Like I love this character. Mm-hmm. You know, he's been there forever. And it's like, I don't hate MJ being Venom. I think that's interesting. You know, back whenever, you know, in 2016 and, you know, 2018, in that time period, they did a lot of different MJ being Venom variants. And I thought those variants were awesome. They were so cool. But like, I really care about this character. And I care about it so much that, like, when you're doing everything that doesn't fit what the OG point of this character is,
right?
It's just, it makes it all crazy. And there's a guy in the Venom Discord server that, like, me and him have been messaging back and forth about Venom and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he had mentioned, he says, you know, honestly, he said this to me either today or I think it's yesterday. He said, honestly, he said, I'm questioning if I even like superhero comics at all. And I'm like, well, why do you think that? He said, honestly, because this new stuff that they're putting out is ruining the old stuff for me. Like, he's like, I don't even want to read Venom anymore because this stuff is ruining everything I liked about the character. And I had told him, I was like, well, the thing is that, like, what we like about the character is there. It's still there. Mm-hmm. And it could come back in the future. I don't know what the future holds. But you know what? You know, Donny Cates' run is still there. Lethal Protector by Mark Bagley is still there. Agent Venom by Cullen Bunn, like all of those books are still there and they're still good. You reread them, they're still good. Unfortunately, where we're at now is just not good. And you know, whenever Queen in Black is over, if it's still Al, I'm done. And I hate that. And I'm tempted to hop off now just because I hate where this is going. And every time I pick up the issue, I don't even want to read it.
Right.
You know, I read half of this, and when I got home, I was just like, I don't care to read the rest of it. Right. I just don't care. But I care because I still want to keep picking the book up, which is you know, it's hypocritical, and it counters each other. It's a clashing argument, but at the same time, it's just my FOMO is kicking into it. It's like I don't want to miss out on when everything goes back to the way I like it.
Right.
And I know if I hop off, I could miss out on that moment. But while I'm on, I'm not going to get it.
Right.
You know, so.
So I do have to, this is something we were going to kind of talk about, but it's just kind of to be discussed whenever. Is Marvel still, we've mentioned this in the past, but is Marvel really the big two anymore? Because I'm not enjoying anything Marvel's doing.
I'm not either. Honestly, like, there's nothing, like, I haven't picked up anything that Marvel's been doing. Like, there's not a single book out that I'm like, yeah.
They're in such disrepair that I want to love X-Men 97. I want to be so hyped for it. I watched the first episode and like I was excited and it was genuinely good. I wasn't as excited as I could have been because I just don't care about anything Marvel. That I have read more indie books. That's why I've read Transformers. That's why I read Geiger. Why I'm going to read Redcoat. I read Do a Powerbomb. I read all these other stories. I've read more of those recently than I ever have in my whole life. I can't tell you the last Marvel book that I've cared anything about.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I would say, and the thing is again, Marvel is doubling down on all of this. We were talking about Midnight. They just announced today that Marvel Midnight, they just gave some additional looks onto Midnight Spider-Man. And one of the sellers of that book is that it is completely detached from editorial.
Right.
You know, editorial is not a part of that, and editorial they were letting the writers do what they want to do.
Right. That's the whole.
And that was the whole selling point, which is not a good selling point. You know, as a book, you should not be like, hey, well, they're letting us do what we want. That they should just be doing that anyway. But they pushed all the books back to release in October at the same time, because right now it was X-Men came out first.
Yes.
Spider-Man came out second, and then Fantastic Four came out third, I think.
I think it was Fantastic Four before Spider-Man.
Maybe.
I think Spider-Man was last.
Maybe. But they were all released differently, and they pushed all of those books back so they could come out at the same time. Mm-hmm. Which I get, but at the same time, that sounds like editorial interference.
Well, there's a lot of things going on with that, because I don't know how true it is, but based on everything Marvel's done, I believe it's pretty true. Is that not only have they pushed all the books back, but they have also there is a editor, his name escapes me at the moment. He's leaving Marvel, and he's retiring, I think.
Yeah.
No, he's leaving, but he's got like 3 months left, and they put him in charge of this launch. Why would you put the person who is leaving in charge of your books? And on top of that, Brad Winterbaum, who has been in charge of Marvel television since Disney Plus started.
Yeah.
So you've got She-Hulk and Miss Marvel and all these Marvel shows that nobody has cared about or enjoyed, with the exception of like the first season of What If. Yeah. Also, he did Echo and
Midnight. Not Midnight. He did Werewolf by Night.
Yes,
which was good. That was a good one.
So yes, he did the latest season of X-Men '97. He's the producer,
right?
But the producer has a big say in the content of stuff. Daredevil Born Again, which I don't like personally. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. He is now in charge of Marvel Comics, television, movies, all that. Yeah. So if you didn't like the MCU in your comics before, it's about to step up big time.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we're going to get with Marvel. Marvel just is not listening to what the fans want. And it has knocked them off of their. They are banking on. Oh, and let's just say this: Scott Snyder pitched a story to Marvel. He revealed this in an interview recently.
Oh yeah.
That he pitched a story to Marvel before Absolute Batman, and they turned him down.
Yep. And it was. I think it's rumored to be an Ultimate book.
Yeah.
Or it's something. I don't know if it's Spider-Man or if it's like what it is, but he did come out that he pitched something and they rejected him, which is, you literally said, why are they keep making stupid decisions?
Right.
It's just like it's like they continue to do it and they double down on it. It's like they want you to just like what they're giving you, and it's like you keep feeding people slop, people are just going to stop eating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we don't need this that bad, especially us being adults. Like,
right.
I have better things that I could spend my money on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's, and as I said earlier, like I'm getting into Pokemon a lot because I'm enjoying it more than I am comics right now. That's kind of my fix. Like at least she bullies me because she's like, oh, you're just your new hyperfixation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's comics just ain't doing it.
Right.
Absolute Batman's great, but it's once a month. It's $5 a month. And that's, like I'm just waiting for the next one. And, so it's just, I don't know. It's really sad. And Marvel just, I don't think it's in the top 2 anymore. And I think
so.
If it keeps doing what it's doing, it's going to just keep climbing down the ladder.
Because they're also banking on the MCU. You like the fans, so you're an MCU fan, so you're going to go out and buy comics. You don't care. You're not this is kind of what we're imagining they're saying. You don't care. You're not a longtime comic fan who's been invested in our stories. You just like the movies. So come and buy our comics. And that's what they're banking on.
That is what they're banking on. And by doing that, they're kicking out the longtime comic fans because they're making every book like the movie.
Yep.
And it's just, that doesn't work. You
No.
know, that's not going to work anymore. And you can't just, I don't know. It's that doesn't work. That's never, like, it does bring people into the store.
Sure.
But it's because they want to learn more about the characters.
Right.
Right? Like, again, as I've mentioned before, you watch Venom in theaters, and then you come to the comic book store and read Donny Cates' run, you're going to be like, whoa, this is bigger than the movie is. But now they're making the comics lesser than the movies, so the movies are bigger than the comics, and the movies ain't hitting either.
No.
So they're just digging their grave. They're just,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, man.
I think this ties into one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, and that's the John Romita Jr. Amazing Spider-Man 1000 controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say this ties in is because, just to give a recap on what happened here, John Romita Jr. drew the cover A for Amazing Spider-Man 1000.
Yeah.
Celebrating 1000 issues of Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen it. It's basically a pose of Spider-Man kind of with his shoulders up. People are saying it's like a shrug.
Yeah.
He's kind of shrugging.
Like a field goal. Almost,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
And it's not a bad cover.
Mm-hmm.
But some people got on social media and blasted the cover, saying it's horrible art. It's
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And Marvel caved. Supposedly they didn't cave.
Yeah, they're saying they didn't, but they did.
Because a retailer's website took down the cover and put up a different cover A.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people got mad at Marvel for taking the cover away, saying that the Romita legacy is so big that it doesn't matter if you like the cover or whatever, there's 500 variants anyways.
Yeah.
So you can buy a variant if you don't like the main cover, but this is the Romita legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly it's also Romita's last Amazing Spider-Man issue.
Yeah.
And so people are saying, no, bring it back. Well, they bring it back and said, oh, well, it was just a glitch on the retailer's website.
Yeah.
No,
So-
you pulled it.
Yeah, so it's a glitch, and now we're going to give both artists cover A.
Yes, we're
which
gonna give-
does not make sense.
No.
There has never been 2 cover A's.
Ever.
No, I don't think so. Has there?
I don't think so,
don't
as
think
far
there
as I
has-
know.
yeah, I don't think there
You're
has.
giving Pepe Larraz, which is an incredible artist, by
Yeah,
the way.
he's a great artist.
Giving
the
him-
cover is not issue 1000 cover A material,
No.
though. I mean, it's just not, in my opinion.
and
Pepe's, not Romita's.
right,
Yeah.
right, and there's two. Pepe has a cover A, Romita has a cover A, and then there's cover B, C, D. There's
Yeah.
not 2 cover Bs. There's not 2 cover Cs. But this was all an accident, Paul.
Yep.
We didn't mean to do this.
Nope.
But we're still going to give credit to these 2
Yeah.
artists.
It's very clear that they and it's weird that they
Yeah.
listen to the fans about, oh, that cover sucks. Then that's when they listen.
Right.
And then they pull it. And respectfully, like I'll say, I'll be honest, because I'm not gonna lie. Romita's newer work hasn't been my favorite.
Right.
I think that his quality has went down just a little bit, but I've
But
said
he's
that
also
about every
70
artist.
years old.
He is 70 years old. But the fact that, and correct me if I'm wrong, his father did the cover for issue 100.
Yes.
Right? The fact that his father, who was a huge Spider-Man artist and
Defined
comic book,
Spider-Man.
yes, defined his character, drew the 100th issue of this book, and now his son, who is continuing his father's legacy, is drawing the cover for 1000. Like right there, I don't think it's a bad cover. I think it looks great. It's painted. Is it painted?
It's painted by Pablo Rivera.
I think it's a great cover.
Yeah.
Could it be better? Absolutely. But I love that cover. That was the cover I was always planning on getting.
Yeah.
Romita hasn't been, like, again, I've not been a big fan of his
Right.
newer stuff, but like he is Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man. Like if you think of like that book, like
The 2000s.
the 2000s, those issues were phenomenal, and he drew all of those. That you have my favorite time period, New Ways to Die. That was one of my favorite Spider-Man books. Actually, when we met Scott Snyder, I impulse bought the second printing
Yeah.
of the first appearance of Anti-Venom because he's on the cover.
Right.
I love that picture of him on the cover. I have a figure based on that picture.
Yeah.
Like, Romita has done so much for like us comic book fans, and these new kids.
I would say these are just people who watch the movies and kind of know the comics, but probably don't read them.
Yeah, no, for
that's
sure.
what I would say, because
Yeah.
you can't be a true. I'm going to pull that card. You can't be a true Spider-Man fan if you've never read what J. Michael Straczynski and Romita did in the early 2000s. With
That
Spider-Man.
was some of the best Spider-Man work ever. That, like, I read that recently. I read that like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm a Spider-Man fan for that 2 years. But I read that recently, and I like, that was such a great book. I just it sucks that, like, it's come to this, but as fans, we should be attacking Marvel.
Yeah.
And I think that's not attacking Marvel, but what
But
I
like
mean,
not
like,
buying their stuff.
Yeah.
Attack their pocketbook.
attack that, yeah, because not the artist.
No.
Romita he's an artist. He's a great. I've met him. He's very nice. He shakes your hand. He like literally he won't do stuff unless you shake his hand. I
Really?
love that. Yeah,
That's
very,
awesome.
Very, very nice guy. But I just when I met him, I got him to sign all my anti-venom stuff, and I was like, dude, you're my childhood artist, man.
Yeah.
Like I love your stuff. Thank you for what you do. I hate that. I hate that it's come to this, and it mainly comes from Zeb Wells' run, because a lot of people have hate on that run.
Right.
But that's not Ramita. He's just an artist.
Yeah.
And I just it sucks that we're gonna trash on artists, but I mean, I do think Marvel should give artists more time. I don't think they get enough time as they used to.
I've heard it is not really that great working for Marvel.
That's what I've heard too.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now that people just aren't a fan working for Marvel, and I've heard it said that if you want to work into the industry, go to DC first.
Yeah.
And Marvel's just kind of, they don't really care about you as a professional.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
It really sucks, but John Romita, thank you if you're listening, which you're totally probably not. Thank you for your legacy.
Yes.
Thank you for what you've done with Marvel, and thank you for I hope to see more Spider-Man stuff, but it's gonna be like, what's that thing where it's like, we never stop talking about you, we still talk about you, that's the way his legacy is gonna continue. Yeah.
So, keeping with the big, heavy Spider-Man episode.
Wait, real fast. Are you going to get issue 1,000?
I will get it.
I think I'm going to get it
as
well, just because it's the fact that it is issue 1,000. I'm not excited for the material, what's in it, because it's like, Spider-Man's cousin?
Yeah.
It's Aunt May's son, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're fighting because of the stuff that happened in Death Spiral, which is just... slop. Here, pig, eat the slop.
The main story I don't care about. There's backup stories by Bendis and all these other backup stories that I'm kind of more excited. Dan Slott's coming back to write a story.
Ooh, that's cool.
Which is a hot take.
Ooh, you've got some hot take. Are we doing that right now?
Let's just go ahead and get into it. We'll see.
Well, okay, yeah.
So
let's do it.
We're jumping out of order of our notes, but that's okay because it ties in.
Okay.
So my hot take is that Dan Slott is not a bad Spider-Man writer.
Oh. I don't think he's a bad Spider-Man writer.
Well,
people do,
but people hate Dan Slott.
You know what? I've heard that. My favorite Spider-Man book is 800.
That's another one of my hot takes.
You know what I mean? Is that your
That's
favorite?
one of my hot takes because I think 800 is the best Amazing Spider-Man 100 issue celebration. And
yeah, you know what? Even though Venom was in 300, I'll say 800 was the best. Cuz that was a big day for you and me.
It was. And that's part of why I think 800 is my favorite celebratory issue. And there's also that issue, and I don't remember which one it is, where Peter gets that other chance. He talks with Uncle Ben. I think that's one of the. It might be I think 700 isn't 700 the first Superior Spider-Man. I want to say it's 500 where we see Peter kind of talk to the ghost of Uncle Ben.
I don't remember. I know 700 is the first Superior. I don't remember what 600 was.
I think 500 is J. Michael Straczynski's.
Oh, that's the cover. That's the cover.
J.
That's
Scott
the
Campbell.
tombstone.
Is it?
It's a tombstone cover. It's like Aunt May's tombstone.
No,
or something.
I thought that was 400.
It might be
500 cover. It is the J. Scott Campbell.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. You're right. My bad. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right. That's the Last Stand Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yes, drawn by freaking Romita.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
400.
I love that issue. 400
is the A Death in the Family, the first death.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Well. Yeah, you're right. Because the 500. Yeah. 500 is the issue with the Last Stand Spider-Man because the 499 or 498 is the first appearance of that because you start to see into it, and then 500 is where it's the fight is. That's such a great issue.
Yeah,
oh
500 is
so
where
good.
he sees Uncle Ben, and he talks about Uncle Ben and asks Peter if he's happy and all that.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a good book.
Yeah, it's a happy birthday issue.
Yeah.
For Peter.
Oh.
So 500 is great, and I love 500, but 800 is my favorite celebratory issue because of the story just being epic in the first place.
Yeah.
A black suit Spider-Man fighting Red Goblin. Like, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Art is incredible, but it means a lot to me personally because that was a big day for us.
That was a big day. You know, that was because I remember. Were you done talking?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I remember I had just got back into comics. I had stepped out of comics for a while and just started getting back into it when like a lot of that stuff was coming out.
Yeah.
And no, actually that's a lie. I actually got back into comics, but like I got back into Amazing Spider-Man. I
Yes.
wasn't reading Amazing. I was just picking up Venom and like they were doing the Venom verse and all that stuff
Right.
at the same time. So I was picking up a lot of that stuff. And I remember picking up Spider-Man because we were getting close to 800.
Yeah.
And my local comic shop was like, yeah, we're getting close to 800. Like we were like, I think like 15 or 20 issues away.
Yeah.
And it's probably 15. And I remember being like, you know what would be so cool for issue 800? Like, what if they gave Spider-Man the black suit back and he fought some big bad guy? Like some big, like crazy bad guy. And I was like, that would be so cool. That would be my wish for 800.
Yeah.
Nothing had came out yet. It was just, we knew it was coming. And then I remember they announced that, like, do you know what the tease is for 800? Green Goblin with the Carnage symbiote. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. What a villain. What a freaking villain. Oh my gosh. And then they had panels leak. And it was him in the black suit. And I was like, he's in the black suit. Oh my gosh, I called it.
Yeah.
I called it. They're doing it. They're doing it. And we had got the job at the comic store
Yep.
between then. And I remember we were there on 800 Day. Like, I remember it was coming out. I remember being in the back sorting the books the day before. I was looking through it a little. I looked at one page and it was, I remember specifically what panel it is. It's the panel where Black Suit Spider-Man is like doing the
flex.
like he's flexing his arm and there's like a pink circle around
Yeah.
him. That it's like it reminds me of the what's the military with the
Rosie the Riveter?
Yeah, Rosie the River. Yeah. It reminds me of that. And that was the only panel that I saw before it came out. I didn't want to look through the rest of it because I didn't want to be spoiled. That next day we opened and there was a line of people outside dying to get the book. And Bobby brought us donuts. He brought us apple fritters.
Yeah.
And we ate donuts and everybody's in the store in their little groups reading the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't tell me about it. Please don't talk about it. Like, and they had read it and like, oh yeah, this is good. This is really good.
Yeah.
And I remember reading it. I kept trying to read it and then I'd have to like check people out. So I was just like, let me, like, it was like edging me really bad. And then finally, like, I read it and I was just like, it was so good. It was exactly what I needed it to be.
Yeah.
You know, and because you get, we should review that book.
We should.
We should have a retro review where we review old books that we really liked.
I'm going to write that down because that's a good idea.
I think that's
like a
something
little
we should do.
segment we should do.
And I think the first one we should do is Amazing 800. That is still to this day one of my favorite books. I have every variant. I have not every variant, but I have a lot of the variants for it.
It's one of my favorites too, and I think it is because I was there. I was there, right there with you. That was, it was just such a memorable day, and I just looking back. You're right. Just seeing everybody in their little pocket groups talking about 800, like. And that was when Marvel was at its peak.
Oh yeah, like Avengers was going good. Like the MCU was driving hard. Yeah,
it was just hitting hard.
Donny Cates' Venom run just started.
Yeah,
yep. That was like the beginning of like we're about to get into good stuff.
They were about to launch before it went downhill very quickly. Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America, which again went downhill very, very quickly.
Yeah, I remember it was about to launch though.
But that first issue was incredible.
The cover was cool.
Yeah, so that was Marvel's high point.
Yeah,
and it was just an amazing time.
Yeah,
and yeah, I'm right there with you. Yeah. But it was so cool. Like it's an experience that you'll never be able to replicate. But it was so much fun.
It was the best, and honestly, like. I miss those days, but I hate that people are saying that. Like, I've always liked Dan Slott's Spider-Man.
I've always liked Dan Slott.
I've never, you know, because people are like, "Oh, he's a bad writer," and I'm like, "Well, he does different things.
Right.
He tries things that are different." And you know, a lot of people didn't like Superior Spider-Man when it came out, but then after a while, once they realized that there is an out to this, everybody was like, "Oh, this is great."
Right. He did the first Spider-Verse.
He did do he was on Shattered Dimensions, the game that inspired Spider-Verse. Like. I think Dan Slott's a great writer.
I
I'd
think-
love to meet him.
I think what Dan Slott gets crap for
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that he was the writer for Amazing Spider-Man right after One More Day. And I think that's why people
That could be it, yeah.
don't like him.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Well, and I have a hot take.
okay,
The concept of One More Day is a good story. It is
no way.
No, but hold
No,
on.
you didn't just say that. Get out of my house right now.
Hang on. It's a good story, but it did not have good outcomes. When you read that story, it is good because you want everything to work out, and but like it would be better like if it finally came like when you read it,
Okay, I'm following.
and let's say like you got the Brand New Day and you got time of Peter and MJ being apart, but it finally works its way back to being good, that would be a great story. I think the purpose, like the fact that it's like he wants to save he got Aunt May shot because of his stupid decision to unmask himself.
Right.
Literally, like he proved the point why you shouldn't do that. Got Aunt May shot, and then trying to reverse it, goes to the devil and is like, please do something. He's like, okay, but I want to take your marriage. Like if you want this bad enough, like you need to prove it to me that you want it. And Peter and MJ like literally talk it over. And then, like the first confrontation to find Mephisto is this little girl that he sees in an alleyway,
Yeah.
which if you read the book, you find out that that's their child that hasn't been born yet.
yeah,
And like it's a tragic story that when it ends, you're just like, oh man, that sucks. Like I hate that has ruined their relationship. But if that happened and we got Spider-Man being single again and we got that again, but then we got back to what it was, I think the fact that Marvel kept that and are just holding that to a marriage is, I don't think that's good. I think that's bad. But I think the story, if you read it, or if it was like a what if story, right?
yeah.
It's good. The art's good. It plays good. But I just think that the consistent lack of closure to that story is what makes it a bad story. Hot take. That's my hot take. That's my hot take.
All right, fair enough. I'll give you that.
You know what I mean?
Because when you read the story, it's really not like if you didn't know how it was going to end, right?
Right.
Reading it for the first time, you're like, Peter,
Yeah.
this is the biggest moral dilemma you'll ever face. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it feels like Infinity War.
Yeah.
You know how like you're like, I don't want this to win. I don't want Thanos to win, but like he gets closer and you still have hope that he won't win, but he still does. Like it pulls you to really hold on to hope.
It does.
And this story does that, Yeah. That's my hot take. Oh, dude, I'm about to be destroyed for that. People are gonna be like, "You guys suck."
I will never listen to your show.
You hate that they're not getting married. You like the story where it did it.
Yeah.
It's like I like the story. I just don't like that they hold on to the outcome.
Right.
That's the only thing I don't like.
So speaking of that story, I have one that kind of bounces off of that. So my opinion is, my hot take is that the best Spider-Man stories have nothing to do with a villain. It has to do with his personal life, such as I think it's better when Aunt May is dead.
How does that relate to like? How does that connect to him? It being like, can he not have a story about his personal life where Aunt May's alive?
I think it's a better story when she's dead.
Okay.
So think about PS4 Spider-Man. I think it's a better story because Otto Octavius, that's just a great story to begin with.
Right.
But that story is much more heartfelt, much more personal when you're more invested in can he save Aunt May in time than what is Otto Octavius? How is he going to beat Otto? How is he going to beat the Sinister Six?
Right.
I'm much more invested in like the whole Aunt May, can he really save her? And that emotional, it hits more when he can
save her, but he has to choose not to because he can't. If he saves her, then they can't save everybody.
Right.
If they save everybody, they can't save her.
Right. And I think that's a much better story than can Peter Parker beat the Sinister Six?
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Hot take.
All right. Do you have another hot take?
Let's see here. Spider-Man and MJ aren't married, but that's not really that's a cold
not a hot
take.
take.
Yeah, it's a cold take. Hot take. You give me another one and let me think of one.
Okay. The Spider-Verse was something special, and now it's oversaturated and boring.
Yes. I agree with
Okay.
that. I agree with that. Because it was very cool, but yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
And that includes the movies.
I think the movies are making it oversaturated just a little bit.
Okay.
I like the movies.
I like the movies.
I love the Spider-Verse stuff, but also like it being in every comic book ever, like it's just kind of like
There should be only 2 Spider people, Peter and Miles. There should be no more.
I like that. Well, I think that it's good that there are more, but I think they should stick their own places.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like I think Spider-Man Noir should be in the past. Like it's cool to have a big event where everybody's together.
Right.
But now like every other month there's a new Spider-Verse where it's like all these spider people are having to get together. Or like something I don't like in the movies is that like I don't like that there's a spider society. Because
Yeah.
it feels like these Spider-Men have become like the whole point of Spider-Man, like one of the main reasons like in the movies and in the books why he doesn't join the Avengers sometimes. He does join the Avengers. He has been an Avenger, but primarily it's like someone's got to look out for the little guy. Mm-hmm. Avengers, you're fighting Galactus and you're stopping planets from colliding and you're helping the Guardians of the Galaxy in this alternate universe. But like, who's going to help Grandma when she gets her purse stolen?
Right.
It's me. And you know, that's what makes Spider-Man humble. It's like you everybody's dream would be to go out there with the big guys and be out there with the big leads, but you choose not to because you have that responsibility to do so. When you have the Spider-Verse, you know, that's the first big thing of like all these spider people are getting together for something beyond.
Right.
Right. And, you know, like that's great. And I think that's a great story. But at the same time, I also think that, that what happens when all these spider people are in spider society living and eating hamburgers and having a good time, what's happening on their planets?
Right.
Where's the Spider-Man looking out for the little guy? There's not one because they're out doing all these alternate universe stuff.
But and then you
know what I
also
mean?
have to think of like the end of Tobey Maguire's first Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "This is my gift. This is my curse."
Yeah.
So that's how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
Being Spider-Man is not, dude, I'm going to hang out with the other people that are just like me. This is so cool.
Yeah.
This is, I have to do this because no one else will.
Yeah.
And I have great power. And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing about the Spider-Verse stuff is the fact that like the big cliffhanger for Across the Spider-Verse is that it is destined for this canon event of Miles' dad to die. And it's like my favorite Spider-Man in the whole movie, Spectacular Spider-Man, who has one cameo and one line, which is my favorite. I love it.
You're right.
He's got 2 lines. He's got 2
Yeah.
lines and 2 cameos. You know, he makes the comment of like, you know, Miles, that's just the way it is. You know, like we all have to deal with this. And it's like, but the whole point of being Spider-Man is to fight until it's over.
Right.
You know, Spider-Man should fight. Spider-Men, all these spider people should fight for Aaron Davis to live.
Well, think
and if
about, yeah,
is it Aaron Davis? No, that's Prowler. It's what's his dad's
it's
name?
on the top of my tongue.
Oh my gosh, I suck.
I know who you're talking about.
Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff. For Jeff to live, right? Like Jefferson Davis. Yeah, that's it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. For Jefferson Davis to live, literally, like all these spider people should be fighting for that to happen until it's too late.
Well, think about what I would say the ultimate Spider-Man issue. That not Ultimate Spider-Man as in like Bendis, but like what Spider-Man comic defines who Spider-Man was. And that's Amazing Spider-Man 33. He is trapped under Doc Ock's lab. He can't move. This is Stan Lee, Steve Ditko. And what's that whole issue talking about? What do you do when you have nothing else left? You fight. And you know, yes, it's a cool moment because Spider-Man lifts this impossible thing. He does the impossible. But it's more impactful because just like in Homecoming, it's not the fact that Spider-Man does this really cool feat. It's the fact that Spider-Man refuses to give up no matter how hard things get.
Yeah. Well, you saw that, like, because Spectacular Spider-Man in Across the Spider-Verse agrees with Miguel. He's like, Miles, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
The people who were over that cartoon were like, that's not our Peter.
Yeah.
Like, he would fight. You know,
Right.
that's what he believes in. I don't know. That's, yeah. I agree with that one.
So along with that, I don't know if this is just a branch off of that, but I think the Spider-Verse movie should have ended with the first one. I think the first one is one of the best superhero movies ever made, ever. And I think the first one is just perfect. I think anything else has just not.
I disagree.
I know.
Because, I mean, like, I think the first one is perfect for the sake of, like, this is Miles.
Right.
But I like the sequel because it's like we are exploring the Spider-Verse and kind of what it means to be Spider-Man. And also,
I think the first one did that.
Yeah, but the second one kind of doubles down on it a little bit more, I feel like, because now we're going into like canon. It's a nice nostalgia film.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
We're seeing all these Spider-Men that we grew up with, a part of this bigger thing, and his spotlight as a villain is insane in this.
Yeah.
You know, like Spot, when I saw that he was going to be a villain, I'm like, this guy's a joke. He's not and then they make that the point of his character.
Right.
Is like you think I'm a joke and you think I'm just a nobody. Like, I will show you what I am. And like, I don't know. I love the Spider-Verse movies. I think I can't wait for the next one.
I just think the first one does it perfectly. I think Stan Lee's cameo in that is the best Stan Lee cameo.
Okay.
Anybody can wear the mask,
Yeah.
you know, and anybody can be a hero.
Yeah.
That's the point of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anybody can be a hero. Anybody can step up and do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. Everybody gets punched. Everybody takes their licks.
Yeah.
But what makes a hero is if they get up and they keep trying. And I just, man, the first one is just, I just think it hits all the right notes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, not that I don't like the second one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Across the Spider-Verse is bad. I'm just saying the first one is, I would say it is my second favorite, if not, probably my second favorite superhero film of all time.
Yeah.
Logan is my favorite, but
Wow. So Into the Spider-Verse is your second?
is my second.
Wow.
Spider-Man 2 is 3.
Dang.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could rate mine. Mine's too close. Mine's all too close together.
So, okay, unless you have another hot take, I got another one.
Okay.
Spider-Man should always be a story of hope, not a story of tragedy.
I agree.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of hopeful Spider-Man stuff very much anymore.
No, not anymore.
Everything feels like it's tragic and it's,
all that darn Parker luck's ruining my life again. Well,
Yeah.
okay, after the 500th time, I don't really care.
yeah.
Okay? Everybody goes through hardship. Just because you're going through something difficult doesn't mean it's Parker luck. I want a story of somebody who rises above that.
Is that hot take affecting your views on Spider-Man Brand New Day, the movie?
No, because here's what this goes back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We were going to talk about Brand New Day predictions.
Right.
And I think what's going to happen in Brand New Day is that he struggles with depression and he struggles with these problems of trying to win MJ back and trying to be friends with Ned and all this while trying to balance his mutation.
Yeah.
But I think what we're going to see is still a Spider-Man who rises above and who chooses to be good, who chooses to do good. I think just because the tone of the film is dark, I think we're still going to end on a note that is hopeful.
Yeah.
And that I think it'll be similar in a way to what Marvel did with Thunderbolts. In that, yes, it's a story about depression, but it's the real message about the movie is you're not alone.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what we're going to get in Spider-Man.
I could see that. Yeah.
Where it's maybe not necessarily you're depressed. The point of the story is you're not alone.
Right.
But maybe we can rise above our problems. Things might not always work out the way we want them to, but we keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah.
As my father-in-law says, you hold your mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I think will happen in Brand New Day.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be a lesson I think that's why Hulk and Punisher are in the film.
Yeah.
Because they are people who have experienced trauma and pain. And the purpose of them being included in this film is to help them also see we can rise above and to have a hopeful ending.
Yeah.
Maybe it ends with like Hulk or Punisher being like, you know what, I'm still struggling with these things, but you inspired me to be better.
Yeah.
You inspired me to let go. So that's, I guess, I don't know if that's a hot take, but it's just my opinion on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Anything you got?
I don't have a lot more opinions on Spider-Man.
Okay.
I've most of my stuff, like, I agree with a lot of your stuff. I think that, Dan Slott's a great writer. I think that, 800 was one of the best Spider-Man issues of all time. I guess a kind of hot take, well, I don't think it is. I was about to say, I love Spider-Man Reign.
That is a hot take because I know a lot of people don't, because it's the story that's famous for.
Yeah, which okay. So let's get a little gruesome for a minute. Let's get a little PG-13, maybe a little bit R. In this book, Spider-Man Reign, which is a dark take on Spider-Man, it's him as an adult. He is trying to get over the death of Mary Jane, which clearly happened long ago. Like, this wasn't a recent thing. Like, and she died of cancer. Is what I'm right?
Yes.
And the thing that killed her was, while Mary Jane and Peter were intimate, he, what happens when you when a mom when a mom and daddy love each other.
Aurora, if you're listening, stop listening right now.
When a mommy and daddy love each other very much, his semen is radioactive because of his powers,
right?
Which means that loving her killed her.
Mm-hmm.
And people make fun of it. People joke and they're like, "Oh, the radioactive cum, it's funny."
Because everybody who reads comics is actually 12 years old.
Right. But like, as like an adult, like, that is intimacy, that is love, right? And like that, killing your partner, you loving your partner, killing them.
No,
sorry. You kept looking over my shoulder. I was like, who's behind me?
Spider-Man?
They're like, Gabriella's right behind me, isn't she?
This is Gabriella from the future. Yeah. My daughter listened to this episode.
Quit talking. So it's like, you loving her killed her.
Right.
And he lives with that regret. And he's old.
Yeah.
Like that story is just so, I love that, because it's like, it takes that darker tone on a character who's supposed to be hopeful and rips the hope away from him. Right. And I get it. That's Spider-Man's normal thing, but this absolutely rips everything. Yeah. Like, you already feel old, so your identity is already this really like awkward, weird thing, because you're not who you used to be. You're not in your prime anymore. Right. And like, he keeps having these visions of MJ. Like, almost like dementia type, like visions, and it's just like, I love that, because it's just like, it's so like, I don't know, it's just like, is this what it feels like to get old? And it's like, that's what I ask myself when I read it, and I'm just like, it's just so sad. But
I'm going to reread it.
It's one of my favorites, and the sequel, it's good.
Okay.
They did a sequel. It's I think the only thing I hate about it is they dramatized his beard. He has like a really long like Duck Dynasty beard. I don't like that. I think that's kind of stupid. But the book is really good. Okay. And it's just like it concludes with the sequel, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like, okay. That's one of my hot takes.
That's a hot take.
Spider-Man
for sure.
Reign is a very good Spider-Man.
I can't
book.
wait to see people just tear you apart for you.
Dude, they're gonna tear me apart for the Brand New Day comment, like, or the One More Day.
Okay, one last hot take that I have.
Okay.
Norman Osborn is a much better villain than the Joker when done right.
Give me an example. Are you thinking of like Ultimate Spider-Man, like OG Ultimate Spider-Man?
I'm just thinking of Norman Osborn in general. Because I think Norman Osborn, you got to think, okay? Norman Osborn has killed Peter Parker's his quote unquote true love. He killed Gwen Stacy. That is Spider-Man's biggest failure in his life.
Yeah.
Okay. The Green Goblin has gone after MJ. The Green Goblin has ruined Peter's life. 800, we've already said, is one of our favorite issues ever, but it's just because of how menacing he is in that issue. I'm not saying Green Goblin specifically. I'm saying Norman Osborn as a character. Yeah. Whether he's Green Goblin, Red Goblin, whatever.
Right.
But look at what the Joker has killed Jason Todd. And sure, that sucks. But Yeah, that's horrible, especially for Batman. That's one thing he struggled with for years.
Yeah.
But they brought back Jason Todd.
Yeah.
So it's like you've kind of removed that pain that Bruce has.
Mm-hmm.
They've never brought back Gwen Stacy other than Spider-Gwen.
Right.
And that's not his Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really like about the original Spider-Verse comic is when they meet for the first time. She's like, you're not my Peter and you're not my Gwen, but she would be so proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man Blue is a fantastic story.
Oh, yeah.
Again, because it doesn't focus on the villain. It focuses
on Peter.
Yeah.
Have you seen Spider-Man Lotus?
No, but I know it's controversial,
Yeah.
but I want to watch it.
Hot take. I like it.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's good. That's another good hot take. I think Spider-Man Lotus is really good. And a lot of people judge it as like they're comparing it to Sony movies, and it's like this isn't a Sony film. This is a college student, and I'm a filmmaker, so I know I have an idea what it takes to make a movie, and like that must have been really hard.
Yeah, I remember when because I think his name is Gavin.
Gavin Knopp.
Yeah, okay, Knopp.
I think it's Knopp. I'm pretty sure it's
I remember when he was making that, and it was a big deal. People were excited, but then just the world
race,
that we live in
Yeah.
now, the race stuff and everything. I think that deterred a lot of people. I still want to watch it. I just haven't ever gotten around to it.
It's really good, but it's Spider-Man Blue. It's very much based on that story, but like the costume looks good, the effects look good, the fighting, the swinging scenes look amazing. And I think because of the controversy, a lot of people talk crap about it, and that bothers me so bad because it's like this man in college, he was in college when he made that. He did. That's my ultimate goal in life is to make a Spider-Man movie, and he did it. He did it at my age.
Tony Stark built this
literally
in a cave,
and it's like I've reached out to him. I've talked to him.
Really?
He's a very nice guy. Like I just I don't know. I hate that people hate his thing because it's like it's so good. It's different, and it's like I don't know. It's just it's. There was never a moment in the movie where I was like, "This looks like shit," because but people compare it to
a multi-million dollar
company,
yeah,
and it's like it's not going to be the best. The fight scenes are going to look weird sometimes, but that's what we're working with. But the fact that it looks as good as it does already tells a number. Like, you know what I mean? Like just the fact that he's swinging and hitting poses that he's never hit in the movies before, or like I don't know. It's just. People just pick gripes on it because, and Gavin is definitely he has done some stuff, he has said some stuff and done some stuff, whatever. But he came out and he's apologized.
Right.
And I think his apology was genuine and sincere. I think Spider-Man Lotus is a great film. Is it my favorite Spider-Man film? No. But is it like? Does
it capture the essence of Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it captures Spider-Man, and it captures like you feel so bad for him because in Gwen, it's about Gwen's death,
right?
And it's about him killing Green Goblin and like all these things, and like him trying to just find his place in the world, and also Harry, because Harry's dealing with his drug addiction,
right?
And MJ's trying to support him, and it's just like it's this big thing of just like we are supporting each other, and it also tells the story about the kid with cancer,
the kid who collects Spider-Man,
yeah, and
that's a great issue.
It has that in there too, and it's really good.
Yeah,
Gavin did a really good job, and I hate that people hate on his film because of the controversy. And it's like, it's a college film. You can't go into it with, and that's the thing. That's like I've had to learn to do that. It's like you can't go into these films with these huge Sony standards because you're gonna be disappointed because it's not a Sony film,
right?
But they had posters that looked great. They had merchandise. They had, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I kind of hate that I didn't donate anything because they had like a Kickstarter to donate.
Yeah,
I never donated just because I didn't have the money. I was in college, I didn't have any money. I wish I'd have donated to help. I would have loved to have been part of that, helping that happen. But
yeah, okay. Well, those are our Spider-Man hot takes. Look,
people are gonna hate them.
There will be a post coming soon about that.
Yep.
So. All right. Well, Paul, we've got Brand New Day predictions. Do you want to touch on that real quick?
I'm so excited about Brand New Day.
Yeah?
I am so pumped about this movie. It looks phenomenal.
It looks so good.
It looks beautiful. I actually got the McFarlane statue. I got the little one of him swinging. This movie looks great. Have you seen the clips of his movement?
Yeah.
oh, it looks so
Yeah,
good.
it looks
like I am so excited that they decided to go practically with a lot of things. The comic cover recreation shots are
Yes.
fantastic. That's what I love that in a Spider-Man movie. I don't know. I don't have a lot of. I have some predictions.
Okay.
Venom is not in it. That's one of my predictions.
Darn.
He's not. I know. I wish he was. I wish. But they just came out recently and said that it does have a very twist ending.
Huh.
It's got a twist ending. And I have a few predictions.
What do you think?
So, there's a theory that I'm kind of invested in for one reason. So,
Okay.
you know, they wear, when they're doing their red carpet stuff, the clothes that they wear are somewhat related to something that happens in the film. Zendaya has been seen wearing a lot of black, and of course people are saying that it's Venom. I don't think that it is.
Yeah.
I think someone's going to die. And I think it's going to either be...
I've had that feeling too.
I think it could be MJ. It
Really?
could be. Or it could be Peter. And Peter being dead could be the reason why he's not in Doomsday.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
I think I didn't even consider Peter being dead. I considered Ned dying.
Ned could die. Because also MJ said bring tissues. She said she made that comment on something and people were like, oh no, I can't go through this again, Clayton. I can't go through Infinity War again. I don't know. That would be, but also there was one where she was wearing like one of her outfits, like her dresses had like a veil, like a black veil, and like it wasn't over her head, but it was like around her neck, kind of. And I saw that and I was like, that's kind of making me lean into it just a little bit because I don't know. If Ned died, that would be cool because they could bring him back as the Hobgoblin.
Yes.
Ned Leeds is the Hobgoblin in the comic books. That would be a really great, like, version of, you know, I would like to see Peter fight Green Goblin, but Hobgoblin would be new and different that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also think I am leaning into the theory that Hulk remembers Spider-Man. I know a lot of people, because he also said on a red carpet interview that everybody forgot that Peter Parker was Spider-Man except for one person. And I think that will either be Jean Grey, if that's even Jean Grey, or it will be Hulk.
Okay.
I hope that Sadie Sink isn't Jean Grey, because I feel like it's too out there. You know, it's like it's already known. It probably is. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I don't know if you've seen the rumors right now, but Adam Driver, who played Kylo Ren, is supposedly cast as Magneto in X-Men.
Oh my gosh, what in the world? Okay.
So, I could see Marvel making it Jean Grey because of what their next focus is the X-Men. I hope it's not though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it is.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Hulk who remembers Peter.
Yeah.
I think just because that happened in the comics. I really don't have a whole lot of other predictions. I think everything we have kind of seen. I don't know if Peter will die.
Yeah.
I could see them doing that, but obviously they're going to bring him back for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So I don't know. How would they do that? I do know that supposedly there is nothing in the movie that ties into Doomsday.
Okay.
That's the rumor. There may be in credit scenes that tie into the movie, but the movie itself does not tie into Doomsday.
It could also be a thing of like Peter's just not do it. He's saying that thing about he helps the little people. He like this big doom thing's happening. He's like, well, I'm going to stay here. You know, like that could also be why he's not. And then Secret Wars just like, if Secret Wars is anything like the comics, you know, they all forcefully got pulled to Battle World. Right. That was not a choice thing. So Peter got pulled by choice. Right. You know, so it's like he's forced to be there type thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think that the movie will probably end, or the climax of the movie will be that Peter has to, or is forced to reveal his identity to MJ and Ned. I think they will learn of his identity again in this.
Maybe, yeah. Do you think that they will be negative towards it?
I think
That would be interesting.
that might be a little twist that we might see.
They just might be like, no. Like, and they reject him, and he's like, you guys don't remember, but we were friends, and I had to make everybody, and they're like, you're crazy,
right? Because they don't even remember. They don't remember anything about him.
Mm-mm.
So him coming into their lives, trying to hang out and be all cool, which looks like that's the direction we're kind of going with the movie.
Yeah.
And then he gets unmasked, or he unmasks himself, and they're like, "You're just some random weirdo who joined us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you're telling us you're Spider-Man? Like, get out of here."
Yeah.
And that's happened in the comics before.
Yeah.
Peter's unmasked himself, and people want nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
There is another rumor that Indy Navarrete, who from Obsession, Marvel is considering her for
yeah, I saw
Black
that.
Cat in the future.
That would be cool.
I don't think she'll appear in this movie at all or anything, because they filmed it way before Obsession was the worldwide obsession it is. So I don't think she'll appear, but that would be an interesting twist too.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me pull up one thing. There is
Sure.
a actor. Hang on. Sabrina. Okay. So the TV show Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, or the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's like a rehashing of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. The main lead is Kiernan Shipka. She is. I'll show you what she looks like. Hang on. Let's see here. Pull this up. This is very cool. This is her character in Sabrina.
Okay.
She is also rumored to be cast in the film. She is an A-list actor.
Okay.
And she is listed as a cast member. So I wonder if she will come in as Gwen.
I could see that. She looks just like Gwen.
And
now.
that was a theory from Elise. Elise made that theory. She said, "Did you see that she's in the movie? Do you think she?" I'm like, "Well, that could be a stretch, but also it could happen."
I could see them going that
Yeah,
route.
I could see it too. I don't, because again, when I hear a lot of theories, I immediately just discard it because
Right.
people go way too, like about the Venom thing being in the movie.
Yeah.
Like people go way too far, and I just take their theory and throw it in the trash. And then when I see it, I'm like, "Oh, it was right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let me take that out of the trash." Like
I do wonder though if they are ever going to do anything with the fact that the Venom symbiote is on Earth.
But
Is
see-
on 616.
have you seen Venom: The Last Dance?
No.
They kind of undid it.
Did they really?
So at the beginning of the movie, like they show him in the 616 or the
Okay.
Marvel dimension,
Right.
But before he leaves the symbiote, he disappears, goes back to his regular universe.
Okay.
And Venom's like, "Oh, we're sick of the multiverse!" Woo!"
Yeah.
And then Venom leaves, and then you see the symbiote on the new table in this new universe, and that's the one that the
TVA
symbiote
okay.
the symbiote people extract. So
okay.
I'm wondering if they did that to undo that. It could be. It could be. I don't know. They've literally not touched it. They've not referenced it or anything. But if you watch Venom: The Last Dance, it seems like they undid it.
Okay.
And it seems like they retconned it to where, like, oh, that symbiote was left when he went back to the... Like, it seems like Sony... Because that was a post-credit scene at the end of No Way Home.
Yeah.
That seems like a Sony thing that they did.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, we're doing this. And then, like, Marvel was like, nah. Because that's what seems to happen. It's
Okay.
like Sony does this thing where they're like, we're putting Venom in there. And Marvel goes, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And they have to just undo it. I would like... Again... My only thing about Venom being in anything Spider-Man here on out is if it's not in Secret Wars, because that is when it actually happens in the comic. That's when I think they should do it. And if they don't, I will be very disappointed.
You have any theories on end credit scenes?
Honestly, I don't know what to expect out of this film.
Really? Okay.
I like Punisher's in it. That's cool. Hulk's in it. I have no clue about the villain. I have no clue about the plot twist. I don't know if there's Man Spider. I don't know. I have no idea what to think about this movie.
Okay.
I know it looks good. It looks phenomenal cinematic wise. The production of it has been, like, what I have seen has been top tier.
Right.
People are saying that it is the best looking Spider-Man film to ever come out. It is
Okay.
like visually looking.
Yeah.
I like that it's a practical suit.
Yeah.
I've said that. I think that is the best way to do this is
Yeah.
the practical suit. CGI suits ain't it. I'm tired of the Marvel chest slap suit
Yeah.
Spawn thing that they've been doing in every movie now. Spawn? Did you say Spawn?
No. No. Yeah. The nanotech.
So, yeah. And it's cool, but it's not cool when it's all nanotech.
Right.
You know what I mean? So honestly, like, we will see.
Okay.
I'm excited though. I'm
Okay,
very pumped.
I'm excited too. All right, so one last thing on the MCU. Recently, that Marvel released Avengers Doomsday promo art, and it has all the cast, everybody in the movie. How did you feel when you saw this image?
I'm not excited.
Me neither.
I saw it and I literally was just like, okay,
Okay.
you know, and yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. We are so close to this movie coming out with nothing. Like, we've seen these little trailers about the, you know, riding on the trend of, well, this character will return.
Right.
And it's like, okay, we knew that. We figured that. But also, there has been no build-up for this film.
No, not at all.
You know, Infinity War and Endgame had build-up for literally since Avengers 1.
Right.
Right? Like, that movie happened, and ever since we've been building up to Infinity War.
Right.
This has zero build-up. Like literally nothing. It's just, we know it's going to happen. And the whole premise of them trying to get us to see this movie is, hey, superheroes are in it. We're all colliding, big universe, and the X-Men are back. Come watch it. Robert Downey Jr.'s in it too.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Have you seen what people have been saying? Captain America, you know, is Spider-Man's always going to be top. But my second favorite Marvel character is Captain America. Have you seen what people have been saying about Cap?
I know they've been talking crap about how he's just in a t-shirt.
He's just in a t-shirt. Like, that's
yeah.
so annoying. But the other thing is that the rumor is that Doctor Doom is obsessed with Steve Rogers because of how he ended Endgame. He knows where all the Infinity Stones are. He knows everything about the timeline. He's the one who messed up the timeline to begin with. So people are saying that he's obsessed with him and not Reed Richards, which totally throws off who Doom is. His whole thing is, I have to be better than Reed Richards. I am better than Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Somebody kind of compared it to, like, they said something like, the Joker is obsessed with Superman and doesn't care about Batman.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're doing with this film.
I don't know, man. Again, we've not even seen, like, this is the, like, I guess the first official look at Doom.
Right.
Because all the other pictures we've seen of Doom have been from advertisements and promos. Like, the first ever image we saw of Doctor Doom was the image of him at Disney.
Yeah.
On the wall with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then the second image was on, like, a weird, like, holiday calendar thing that you can open. It's Doom on it. And all, it's like, but, like, everything that we're getting of anything of this movie is just like, oh, here's a picture of him at the park.
Right.
Here's a picture of him on this rinky-dink thing you can buy. And like, oh, well, here's this poster. And it's just like, you're going to have to do way more to get me excited for this film, because right now you are doing nothing. Yeah. There is nothing in this to make me excited.
No.
And like, the Russo brothers are on it, which I'm sure will give it some sparkle. And when we finally get a big trailer, you know, like, we've been getting little trailers, but again, it's not enough to do me in.
No, the only times I was excited was the Captain America trailer, because I'm like, oh, they're bringing my boy back.
Yeah.
You know, and then the X-Men trailer, I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm excited to see that this is legit.
Yeah.
And then I remembered Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Yeah. And the Thor trailer, which is like him with his daughter, and that's really it. And it's just...
And then everybody forgets about the other one.
Yeah.
The
Wakanda Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, and again, and the rumors from this film, like, all the rumors coming out of all these actors being like that's been I think that's been the biggest killer for me, is all these actors going, I don't know who I'm in this movie with, because I'm suited up in a room talking to nobody.
Yeah. And
that's what they're filming. And it's like, that right there is a big red flag of like, what are we doing? Because like, you already are like, you're keeping it so confidential that you can't even bring your actors into it. But there's no build up to this. There's nothing to be excited about.
I think
there's, you know.
Yeah. What has also ruined my hype is everybody has their own rumor.
Yeah.
Hey, Tobey Maguire's in this film and he's wearing the Iron Spider suit. Don't you think that's awesome?
Oh my God, I've heard that.
And that's why we made the post. Because it's like, that's what every rumor is now. Hey, superheroes are going to show up and they're going to do things.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you excited? Hey, this nostalgic character that you like is going to meet this new character and they're going to do things.
Yeah.
Oh, and Doctor Doom, he's evil. Aren't you excited?
That's literally it. Yeah, like that is this movie, and like we've already like I sent you a post the other day. We're already starting to see influencers come out and be like, oh my gosh, look at the new picture for this movie. This is gonna be peak because oh my gosh, like Doctor Doom, look at his mask and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it's just, I mean, it's honestly like, I don't know anything about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't expect me to be hyped for a movie that I don't know anything about.
Right.
That's supposed to be this, like, because again, nothing that has come out in the last so many months or years has been leading to this. Moon Knight hasn't been. Is Moon Knight going to be in this?
We don't know.
Exactly, because like,
Well, you got to think. Marvel had to totally reshift their whole vision.
Yeah.
So nothing they did could have prepared. Kang, who cares about Kang anymore?
yeah, that's just done.
Yeah, Council of Kings was a big deal, and then Jonathan Majors and all that, all those allegations.
You're right.
You know,
They actually talked to him. Did you see that? Someone asked him what did they think about the MCU being Doctor Doom. He's like, it looks cool. I wish I could have been there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just forgotten about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not excited.
I'm not either. When does this come out again?
December?
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, in San Diego, Comic-Con's supposed to be next week, right?
It's this weekend.
Oh crap. So we're supposed to get.
I think it ends the 26th.
There's a rumor that we're gonna get a Spider-Verse trailer.
Okay.
For Beyond the Spider-Verse, and then there's a rumor we're gonna get an Avengers trailer.
I've heard that.
We have to get an Avengers trailer for this. If we don't, what are they doing? This is stupid.
Here's what they'll do. It's what they do every San Diego Comic-Con when there's Avengers trailer. It gets leaked. They won't release it for like another few weeks.
Yep.
And that's what'll happen. Now, prove me wrong, Marvel. Release the trailer at the same time.
I hate that. Well, did you see that they've put up cameras in those halls now that have like or not RFID, but like they're like so your phone when you unlock your iPhone, it has this light that it uses to scan your face, but we can't, and the human eye can't see it.
Right.
But cameras can. You can actually look at videos of people opening up their phone. You see this light flashing in their face. These cameras that they're installing in these theaters can see that, and people like they will see when people pull their phone up to take videos, they can see it. It literally marks them, and they go and find the people and escort them out immediately. And it's like, people already aren't excited for this. You need to do better on making people excited. And I hate that with Comic-Con because they did that with Venom. I remember when the second trailer for Venom I was waiting on it to come out and there were like leaks coming out.
Yeah.
I was just like, please release the trailer. And it was like 2 weeks before they did.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like, oh yeah, let's give it to. But also, I get it because it's like people who pay to go there get first access to it. But also, they're getting to see the actors and all you know what I mean? Like they're getting a bigger experience anyway. Like I would go if they were gonna, you know what I mean? Like I would go to watch the trailer even if it was gonna drop because it's like, well, I'm gonna see all the actors and it's gonna be a big reveal, you know, and all that stuff. Yeah. So like you're at the main place where it's being revealed.
Right.
I don't know. I personally think that they shouldn't do that, but they're probably going to.
They're probably going to.
And you know what we're going to do? Not care.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, okay, well, good for them, I guess.
What I'm excited for San Diego Comic-Con is we will get big comic news. The Skybound, who publishes Transformers, they've got a panel. Scott Snyder and the team have an Absolute Batman panel, so we'll probably
get the book or the show?
I think they'll probably address both, honestly.
Probably, yeah. Ooh, yes.
So we'll get Absolute Batman stuff. And let's see if Marvel announces a new Venom writer while we're there, because Marvel has their comics panel too.
They have, for the comics panel, they've been consistently. They have a Spider-Man has a panel for them, and they consistently. Like I know that's when they announced Death Spiral and Queen in Black, last year. And I remember being like, it's not over. Also, that's a good point. If they say that like, oh yeah, we're doing more stuff, let's keep going, then I know that I'm like, okay, well I can just do it and hop out now.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a reassurance. It's like, oh, well I know that I'll need to hop out or I won't need to hop out, or I know that I can hop out until this point. Right. You know, so maybe Paul can be free of this pain, of this Venom pain that won't leave me. But I also won't leave it. It's like an abusive relationship. Yeah, I just like, well, he's nice to me when no one's looking. You know, like, oh, the book is not so like it's pretty, and you know?
It's like those old YouTube videos. What is it, ASDF, where it's like, why won't you let me die? Why won't you let me die? You want your muffin?
I do that to Elise. I go, you want your muffin?
I like my lemons.
I like my lemons. Everybody do the flop.
I like trains.
just me just waiting for like maybe the train won't come, and then it's like Al Ewing's writing the book. It just runs me over.
Well, Paul, do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
That
we
is
got
it.
a lot of stuff coming. I think I don't think we've got anything big for the next episode. So hopefully, or like big releases coming by
Right.
then. So I think by our next episode, it'll either be the noir review, which we're going to do a comic TV show comparison,
Yep.
and discuss why we disagree with each other. And
We have a
we're
retro
definitely going to
review?
do a retro review. We're probably going to do something like that soon coming up as well. And a brand new day, we're going to go see it and we're going to review it right here on the show.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Keep track of our Instagram. If you disagree with our hot takes, please feel free to yell at us in the comments.
Yep.
You're gonna do it anyway. And we're gonna cry and then laugh about it. But thank you guys so much for listening. My name is Paul,
My name's Clayton.
and you are listening to Beyond the Pool List.